Hello everyone and welcome to the Cursed Ones, where we play Dungeons and Dragons, and this is the first time that we're doing this.
Nothing went wrong.
No one will know. How are they gonna know? Without further ado, as we are quickly jumping through things today because we have a game to get to, let's go ahead and do some quick introductions and then jump into things, shall we? So, starting off today, it is me. Another interdimensional baby. I'm Dean, I'm the Dungeon Master, I play everyone else, and I run this shit show. Passing it over to Fail Baby, born 140 years early.
Hi, I'm Cece, I play Callista Faraday, not Callista Faraday. The Faradays don't exist.
They're not real. They can't hurt you.
They're not real. They're not real.
And finally, we have Monkey. Who are you?
Hey, I'm Tony. I play Gideon Godbrand. Everything with the shit when I was in here. What the fuck, man? Let's get it into it.
All right, so picking up where we left off last session, Adalwulf has been captured. The party have been left with more questions than answers after Xibalba attacked the entire party, and now everyone is rushing around trying to figure out where to go next, with the party splitting off into different groups, one going after the Devarim to go check on her, and the other, Gideon and Callista, going after Adalwulf. So, without further ado, are we ready to jump into things?
Yes.
All right, let me quickly pull this up again. All is well. All is well. All right. Why is my fucking ad block doing this? I hate you, YouTube piece of shit. All right.
I'm sorry.
Let us begin. The Cursed Ones, session 194, side 1. The clatter of footsteps and movement is nigh incomprehensible in its speed and urgency. Voices shouting and calling out, hands grabbing and yanking, directions unfurling. It's a horrible thing to feel so lost in this miasma of movement, to not fully picture a word being said, to only hear your heartbeat pounding like a hammer to your brain. There is too much space in this room. A wretched gap that feels like a ravine carving through everyone. But it feels like it's only really struck you both, how looming and wretched this chasm truly is. Less than a minute and everything upended. A spare glance and everything was over. Like the rope that severed your connection to the shores of Separturnum the first time, Gideon, that stranded you off the island with that thing, like the pit that formed in your stomach when you look back and saw her waving you off, a hellish sense of separation, unable to swim back, and even then completely unable to bring her back. This time it should be different, though, right? There was that gruesome impossibility that there was nothing that you could do, but you are grown now. And now, Adalwulf is gone. You are still weaning off the shock of the anti-magic. God, you had contingencies for this. This wasn't supposed to happen. You could hardly even see what was happening with the runes on your eyes, inactive and blurry, but you could tell the moment he was taken and the moment the great ravine opened. Things passed in a blur. Yaksha hands a spell over to you, whispers words promising a rendezvous, Hailwind's barking orders, Elian scratching a teleportation circle. Fuck, it's all so fast. The words pass by you both, kind of like a blur. Mr. Dever and I are gonna hang back and see if we can find a way to contact him, and then I'll come down after you both. But you have to move! A hand is put on your shoulder, Callie. Both of you, be careful. Please.
Will do.
It all comes rushing in at once as the rest of the party vanish through a teleportation circle. The sensation in your body and mind, it washes over you again. Another crisis. Time to move. What are you doing?
I mean, well, I hope Yaksha gave us the direction that we're supposed to be going in.
Yaksha basically handed concentration of locate creature on Adalwulf to Gideon. So basically now you're concentrating on it. We're doing a funny little spell handover ordeal here. So it's just been placed in your hand, and you have it now.
Cool. All right. Well then, I'm gonna try to follow it. Where is it? Where am I being tugged towards? Where is it trying to bring me?
Currently, it's pointing in a direction that within this room you cannot reach. It is pointing down and slightly off, veered off in another direction.
Is it in the direction of the elevator?
Go ahead and roll either nature or history.
I'm rolling
Guidance.
history.
Guidance. Use Wi-Fi, don't cut out. Use Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. Uh-oh. 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 Okay, why is that doing that? We're gonna try this. Hello? Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Okay. Okay, we should be reconnecting in a second here. Turns out I was on the wrong Wi-Fi.
That'll do it.
My slow, shitty Wi-Fi, and wasn't on the Ethernet cable for some fucking reason
That'll do it.
after the reset. Yippee! Let's see if stream reconnects itself in just a second here, and then we'll circle back to that. Okay. Attempting to reconnect. Reconnection successful. We are back. So, last left off, Gideon was rolling history or survival, and what did you get?
17.
17.
I rolled a fucking 2.
Even still with that, you're able to twist kind of like where you're able to basically mentally map out exactly where this is pointing. It's not pointing to the elevator down to the depths. It's pointing to the winding waterfall with all those Umbral elves inside.
Fun. Alright.
The one with all
I
of
have a
the...
direction.
Alright. Where's it going?
Down the waterfall.
Shit, the waterfall? Yeah, the one with all the... Oh. Alright. It's fine.
And there's a teleportation circle nearby here, right?
There is a teleportation circle that Elian has set up in the room.
Alright. So we can just hop into this and then teleport right over to the starting area where the waterfall's nearest.
You most certainly can. Is that what you're doing?
I mean, that seems like the fastest way to get there, yeah.
Yeah, you just look back at Callie, quickly rush towards the teleportation circle, and Elian gives you guys a little nod off. And we'll just go, we'll catch up, okay?
Okay.
Alright.
And with that, you both step inside, and the rush of cold wind dances around you from your fingertips to your lungs, settling deeply with a chill inside you as you breathe through the teleportation. When you make purchase on your feet, you immediately feel something different in the air. A sanguine scent. Something acrid, almost like vinegar. Additionally, you feel something shifting behind you as you appear. Right close to the back of your neck and your shoulders. I am going to give you both the choice here between an athletics check or a perception check. You can only choose one.
Oh.
Can I do a perception check and also Misty step 30 feet forward?
This is split second. So I'm gonna say you can pick one.
I'm gonna do the athletics.
Alright, Callie,
Yeah.
you're rolling athletics, Gideon?
Yep. You still technically have guidance. I'm concentrating on you.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll roll perception.
27 for athletics.
27 athletics, and Gideon?
22 perception.
Callie, you feel a strange set of bulbous things set on your shoulders before you immediately flinch away, receiving a small in return for your efforts. As these small, kind of pustulish things tap your shoulder and then snap off of you like an elastic stretched too taut. You're able to spin around quick enough to catch what the grasp extended from. You see the stretched sea elven frame half sunk under the umbral water, eyes too wide and too red, of Deus. They have lacked a fair bit of proper clarity inside them until now. But as you look back and see her, you see an indescribable level of fear written in those shrunken pupils and trembling figures. She's looking behind you. Gideon, you quickly take purchase of the scene, hardly even paying attention to the kind of feeling of force riding up towards you because you see Callie spinning around to go deal with it, so you're able to keep your gaze forward. How is the question that reaches your mind first. It was supposed to have all been burnt in that fire. The tangling sinew branches and extended hanging vines, you felt it burn. Why are there roots all around this place, hanging off the upper edges of each crevice of the cave's mouth? And God, the further up you look, back up to the opening towards the sky, you see clouds have converged into a spiral in the sky above. Unmoving, watching, shrouding and still. And touched down upon the surface of the umbral water, stacked atop what was once nothing more than a whalefall of a deceased amyloid, is a living one. And from its disgusting holes and crevices there is a movement, as if the thing is ready to burst with life from the inside. Standing atop its cockpit is a star spawn. No. A former elf. The star atop its head isn't ravenous nothingness like ghosts or hailwinds, it's just sunlight, sending out beams of wretched light down upon the surface of the room and water. There are no shadows to crawl into in sight, as its flaming tempest existence begins to turn towards you. Deus stops going to grab for you, Callista, but one of her hands reaches up and is going to grab Gideon by the shoulders, and Gideon, in a sudden flurry of movement, you feel yourself submerged underneath the Umbra. Your ward the only thing protecting you from its pressure. You're not entirely sure what's grabbed you. What are you doing? Because you could only see all the amyloids. You did not catch a sight of Deus. And Callie, what are you doing?
Was she pulled under too by Deus?
No. You snapped it off. Deus just reached forward and grabbed Gideon and pulled him under.
Okay, I mean, frankly, I'm going down there too.
Yeah, okay, Callie, and you immediately just slip underwater. I want you to roll stealth.
Yep, can do.
And Gideon, yeah, you just immediately fall underwater. You had no time to just, suck in a breath or kind of get anything extra into your lungs. You were just pushed underneath all of the Umbra and submerged, feeling something around you with, these strange, elongated fingers just grabbing onto you and trying to hold you still. Perhaps it's trying to drown you, something like that. You're not entirely sure. You're turned around, but just being firmly held in this grasp.
Alright. Well, if he doesn't know what's going on, then I think... But did he see the flaming head thing?
You saw the star spawn, for sure. Okay.
With the burning radiance searing everything?
Yes.
I think that I think Gideon's gonna misty step out of the thing holding him, but only 5 feet, just to get out of its grasp, but he's gonna stay underwater.
Yep. You out of the thing's grasp, feeling its appendages leave off of you, and still holding your breath underwater, just mouth snapped shut. You are able to contort around in the water, seeing Callie dive after you, and kind of all three of you guys now in a small formation staring at one another. It's Callie, it's you, Gideon, and it's that sea elf girl, staring, wide-eyed and horrified.
Yeah. Can Callie talk at all?
Underwater? Yes, you can.
But, okay. Days, okay. Stay. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, not fine, but Deus is fine. Okay.
She's just pointing up. They're above the water.
Yes.
Well, Gideon can't breathe underwater, and he also
Nope.
can't talk, so his ass is just gonna start swimming towards the waterfall underwater.
Yeah.
You just
Fair enough.
immediately just kick around in the water, and just realizing that you are on a time crunch right now, given that you didn't have time to inhale any extra breath. You just, I'm imagining, just push off the surface of the water and just start swimming in the Umbra.
Yeah.
You follow?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Callie will, I guess, how much would she explain to Deus? I mean, she's just gonna start going after Gideon, kind of inviting Deus to come with, like, probably with, like, a bit of a hand on her, that she doesn't have to.
Deus is gonna hang back.
Fair enough.
But she is just going to, as you guys are swimming away, just go, Danger. You should leave the island. It's all over for us.
She doesn't say anything, she just keeps following Gideon.
And as you begin to make the trek underwater, Gideon, the amyloid, half submerged in the Umbra, is in the way towards the waterfall. Can attempt to swim through some of the openings in its weird leg appendages, or you can attempt to swim around it, which would take more of your breath capacity.
And I just start, misty stepping through the gaps.
You absolutely could. I'm gonna have you roll stealth. Does Misty Step
Do I
take
get any
verbal
modifiers
components?
because I'm underwater? Let me check.
Because if it is verbal component, you can't do it underwater.
Shit.
You can't speak under here.
Can I do anything with shaped water here? Can I give him a little bubble? Is that legal? I don't know if it is.
With shaped water, you might be able to.
Yeah. I don't think it's technically in the spell description. I think we've done similar things before.
You can change into simple shapes, you can change its opacity, you can manipulate it. Otherwise, change the flow of water. There is another air bubble spell, which is why I'm hesitant to give you that, but
right.
honestly,
Yeah.
this also isn't water. So...
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. I can't help you, big dog, sorry.
Yeah, so given that this is underwater, you can't use verbal component spells. We'll just say that you pushed yourself out of Deus's grasp before, and she let go.
Gotcha. Alright. Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to try to swim through, because, spell-wise, basically everything I have is verbal, so I'm just gonna try to swim through the holes, and I don't have enough breath to go around.
Yeah.
Probably.
If that's the case, then once again, you are going to be rolling stealth at disadvantage because it's right through this thing's legs and appendages.
Oh, that's not great. Alright. Alright, let's get to D20. Not gonna look. Roll. That's not awful, but could be better. That's 18.
You, on instinct, go to open your mouth to try and cast a spell, but feel the way that the Umbra presses kind of towards you and recognize that you are not going to get a word out here. So instead, just realizing that you have to act quick, conserve your breath, you start pushing yourself forward with precise of movements as you can while keeping speed. The worst part about it is that the amyloid is moving slightly. And Umbra is thicker than water. It's a little bit harder to push yourself through. As you are making your way through two kind of tendril-esque appendages, one of them starts to You feel it just barely graze the top of your hair. You keep swimming past and you feel it immediately down behind you where you just were, where it just touched the top of your head. And it starts feeling around. But it doesn't get close to you. So you manage to swim past, feeling a bright light hitting atop, like you see kind of out of the corner of your eyes, a bright light like hitting across the surface of the water, starting to scan down right for where you are. Luckily, you know from having seen enough Umbra that light doesn't exactly pierce through it normally. You could have never seen the bottom of the Umbra before when you looked down into it. It's too thick for light to pass through. You find yourself catching the current of the river that leads down to the waterfall as you get past the amyloid. And Callie, you went around or did you go through?
I think she'd go around.
Go around, then roll stealth. She doesn't want to. Stealth at advantage.
Okay, I rolled a 21 for my stealth before that.
21, you're good. You're good, and you it's like you basically are keeping an eye, I'm assuming, on Gideon the entire time as he's maneuvering his way through until like you take the long kind of berth around this thing, watching as that tendril, like you feel your whole body tense up as that tendril goes right down for where he was and comes up with literally nothing but rubble and kind of old broken things in return. But eventually,
24.
You right back next to Gideon. The two of you start swimming down the stream. How far are you trying to swim before you resurface? Are you going to the end of your breath capacity here, or are you doing anything else under the Umbra?
Yeah, I'm trying to get just as far as possible as I can underwater.
Okay. Then while you are underwater, you trying to get any glimpses of your surface, trying to scan it for anything else that could be above you?
I think he's definitely trying to keep an eye out, though it's probably hard to see just because of the Umbra.
It is.
Yeah.
You can roll perception at disadvantage. Callie, if you want to, you could also do the same.
Yeah, I can do that.
So that's 10.
Unfortunately, the pressure of the Umbra against you is far too much. It's kind of swirling as if you were going right through that kind of thick, rainbowy spiral of an oil spill mixed with dirty, muddy, just grotesque water. As well as this, you're kind of probably partially waiting on the bottom floor so you can potentially grab onto things to kind of propel yourself forward. You keep trying to pull your focus up. It's hard not to instinctively glance down when you feel something that isn't rock that you touch onto. It's still too murky either way, looking up or down.
Darn, well, he's just gonna keep going forward then. Because it's not like he can do anything else.
I got a 23 for deception at disadvantage.
Deception or perception?
Or perception.
I was like,
perception.
Who are you deceiving right now?
No,
okay.
perception.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perception. Callie, as you see Gideon still waiting ahead of you, I'm assuming that you're just, like, generally keeping an eye to see how he's doing under the water.
Yeah, definitely.
But you also have a naturally better time seeing through muck this thick. Perhaps it's something to do with the mask adorned on your face, but things are a little bit more visible to you. In fact, so visible that you almost feel like you're seeing from multiple perspectives right now. Just slightly. You subtly drift a little bit up to the surface of the water and try to scan up above for potential threats. You were there, right? You, Cece, were there when the party initially went down this path and saw the waterfall?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then you would remember the strange plants that were back here. The grotesque thing covering the walls that looked like shedded velvet that you all shredded to bits with an overwhelming display of force trying to save Deus, but you still didn't kill it. In retrospect, thinking back to it, those were parts of the roots.
Wait a
How
minute,
come
we did a cave-in? We're fucked.
How come after destroying the roots, supposedly, is the entire surface covered in them?
Yeah.
There is about this big of a gap between the umbra and the roots. That is how much purchase there is.
Oh dear. Okay.
And you start to see Gideon, the natural inclination to start paddling upwards for more air.
Okay. Fuck. Is the path... They don't go under the roots, right?
No, none of them touch the umbra.
Or under the umbra, I mean. Okay.
It's just a gap.
Probably what she does, frankly, is that, like... She has the flyby thing with her spear. Probably
Yep.
what she's gonna do is just murmur to him that just, like, it's right above us. The roots, we gotta keep going. And she's gonna just, like, try to, like, grab him and just, like, pull him along with the spear flight.
Gideon, you need to breathe. You're feeling your kind of neck starting to constrict inward as your kind of lungs are bubbling and such on the inside. You just need something. You've held out to try and get to the end of your breath capacity, but it's at the point where your eyes are starting to dim and blur just a little bit more under the thickness of the umbra. And you hear Callie say that. Are you trying to push through? Holding your breath?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to push through if Callie is like, hey, don't go up.
Yeah, I think you are so close to the surface of the water as Callie says that, like a kind of like a bear paw reaches out towards you and just kind of paws at the back of your leg. And you are so close to getting just that kind of relief of oxygen. And you just bite down, trying not to let your lips part. Callie, you grab onto Gideon and you're gonna try and do the flyby. You're trying to just speed through this.
Yeah.
Gideon, I want you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Cool. It's a 27.
Whew. With... Fun fact, adrenaline does increase your breath capacity. So I think in this sheer moment where your eyes are starting to fade out to kind of this like almost tunnel-visioned blur, you hear that, and getting so close to the surface you see something twitching above, and every instinct in your body just curls inward, and you manage to just like open your mouth and kind of choke back in as much more air as you can muster from the kind of upper portions of your cheek that you've been holding in. As Callie grabs onto you, and you both... Still, though, succeeding on a Constitution saving throw is not going to miraculously stop you from the sensation of drowning. You are just going to take half damage from the suffocation that is beginning to happen to you. Which is only going to be 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you begin to feel your lungs constricting. And Callie, you just kind of... Tucked in your arms, you feel Gideon just kind of struggling against the lack of air. Are you trying to just find any moment that you could, like, find a break? Like, you're trying to get to, like, the nearest portion with air, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I want you to roll perception to see if you can find a pocket or anything to give him a little bit of, like, just give him a moment of more air. Mm-hmm. Or if you're gonna have to press forward again. 30, and you spot just a tiny portion where there's like a small dome where some of this thing is retracted upward. It's enough where if you just put him back up over water, he's not going to make another Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, she'll do that. I mean, well, I'm a little nervous about this because I feel like you're doing some, like, cave diving shit to me and that this isn't going to be real, so she'll, like, check it a little bit first, but yes.
Yeah, Callie stops for a second underwater, like, skids to a stop underwater. Gideon, you're still just, like, at this point, just everything is blurry. You can only see about this much in your actual vision, just, like, looking through a penny-sized coin hole. And at this point, like, you feel Callie stop. Callie, you slowly reach out a claw. The roots retract around you and give you more space.
Well, that's concerning, but we need to do it.
Do you just surface Gideon?
Yeah.
And Gideon, you are just thrust out of the water.
Yeah, he just sort of gasps in, takes in some breath. Once he gets some in, he goes to go back down.
Okay.
We gotta get moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you...
Yes, sir.
I don't even think you take a moment to, like... You don't even take an extra moment, I'm imagining, to, like, just...
No.
Yeah, and you immediately take in that breath, take one more in to just try and get a little bit more in, and just plunge right back into the Umbra. Seeing right as, like, stalking predators, they all snap towards the surface of the water and once again stop perfectly at that small little level between you and the Umbra. It just snaps up as if it were about to stab into you. Callie grabs back onto you and you guys keep going. It's once again getting to the point of desperation, where after another solid minute of holding breath, your breath capacity, if you take it to its limit and then go again, it gets less and less and less with every plunge. So Callie, you are trying to make quick work as you can. Thankfully, you reach a point where, Callie, you've been scanning the top of the water to see if there's more of that, kind of utilizing the fact that you're almost seeing double. Like, you can see a little bit of the surface of the water and tell what's there. You feel the second that the roots retract into the ceiling fully.
Yeah, I need a little clearance just for the sake of it, but yeah, put him up there.
And eventually, Callie and Gideon, your heads both bob up at the top of the water. There are no roots around you.
Okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
All right. Keep moving.
Right.
There's a small alcove of rocks that you can crawl up onto to start walking instead of wading through the Umbra.
Yeah.
If you so wish.
Yeah, Gideon gets up on there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Clamber up top. The end of this rushing stream is starting to get more and more calamitous as you approach where the waterfall has dipped off. You are right, Cece. A cave-in was caused last time you were here. It is where that cave-in should be that all of those roots behind you now rest. But now, you're approaching the edge.
Okay. We should probably tell Elian and Helwyn not to come this way. Do you have something?
Yes. I'll let them know.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then Gideon just sends off a sending saying not to come down the waterfall because the roots are back and they're clogging it.
Elian is gonna send back... Okay. All trying to find a way in. Like, we'll try to find a way after you. Send distress call if needed.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right then. Where's the concentration pointing me now?
It's indeed pointing you ahead.
Do I have to roll a concentration check because I took damage?
You do, actually. As you start to surface again, you look down just to make sure that it stayed inside your hand, and thankfully, you're able to look down and still see it, pointing ahead and right down the waterfall. Though perhaps veering It's strange because it is still pointing. Yeah, as you're approaching the edge of the waterfall, it is still pointing kind of further and down.
All right.
Okay.
Seems like we need to go down now then. All right.
Right. Yeah, we keep going.
Do you have any ways to fly or anything like that?
You just used it.
Wait, is it one-time use? Wait a minute.
Is it not? I thought I did.
I think... Oh, shit, it is. Oh, it's Jover. You're right. I thought it was just the damage. That was one time. Never mind. Whoopsie doodle.
Alright, I mean, I'll just... Gideon will cast Fly on him and Callie then.
Okay, that works. Thank you.
Yeah.
You reach the point where the sound of rushing water is about all you can hear as you reach the edge of the waterfall, trailing back down. It is here, right at the edge of it, where you see it's not pointing down the middle section of the waterfall. It's pointing down almost a little bit back where the water runs off.
Yeah. All right. This seems to be the direction.
All right. Lead the way.
All right then. And Gideon starts flying that way.
Flying right out. So basically, just to try and give visual. So waterfall, it like dips off this way. It would be pointing like around here. Like behind where the waterfall dips off.
So, yeah, okay, so maybe there's like a cave or something behind the waterfall, so Gideon's gonna fly down along the edge of it.
Are you now?
Should I? Wait, do I have something for this?
I will just say,
Yeah?
you are going back into that cave where last time you were even at the surface of this thing, you saw layers and layers of illithids.
That's true. Alright, so before I go down, first things first, I'm gonna mind blank. Secondly, and we only see, the only way down we see is that. Is there any other ways, any other entrances or anything else around?
So, from your vantage point, there's nothing you can see. Like, from just being at, basically, once again, you're probably standing, like, at the edge of the waterfall, like, around here right now.
Yeah.
You do not see any
Yeah.
additional way besides basically, there are a number of rocks that do spiral down, like, around here, and make a small platform, and then continue to spiral into the platforms below.
Oh,
So-
I guess Gideon will walk down that, maybe try sneaking down that path then?
It is a winding and incredibly thin bit of cumbersome terrain that someone with less locomotive capability would be fully trapped by.
Like a bear?
No. By someone with less locomotive capability, I mean
Oh, okay. I get
the
what you mean.
Umbrals
Yeah.
would not be able to go up or down this. It is a tight pass. And even Gideon, you are slightly too big for this. In the sense that it is like not enough to deny you footing, but enough to be stomach churning, because as it kind of spirals down, there's still a lip of rock over it that you have to squeeze into to this tiny little platform alcove area. And it is tight.
Okay, that's...
Callie, are you joining? It's tight, but it's covered from the layers below that have the illithids on them.
Yeah, it sounds like I can't really go around.
You can't,
So even
yeah.
though... Oh, I can?
No. You can't. Sorry, never mind. I didn't let you finish talking.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah, I mean, if she can manage to squeeze in there, she will. I'm just nervous. A big bear.
Alright, yeah. Hopefully Callie doesn't die, but I'll cast invisibility at 3rd level so we can both be invisible.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or 2nd
Yay.
level. Yeah.
So
3rd level
Gideon,
slot, yeah.
Gideon, I think you slowly start like making your way down this little bit of rocks and such, like slowly forcing yourself through, it's at the point where you kind of have to like do a strange like reverse army crawl on your back to start sliding into this small crawl space. You hear Callie moving right behind you, and kind of quietly reach a hand up and quickly cast invisibility on the two of you. And you both begin to duck underneath a bit of uneven, jagged rocks, descending downward. Gideon, you're leading, and as you start to slowly filter yourself into where there is a solid bit of ground before you, your boot steps forward, and you feel a rock displace under your weight. I need you to make an acrobatics check, as the slipperiness and dampness of these black-coated rocks are going to create a small hole that you are destined to just slide right into and get swallowed up by.
Guidance.
What did you get?
I got a 6.
Oh,
so guidance probably isn't going to matter because I rolled a 9.
Callie,
10.
you see Gideon just sliding right towards this small hole. Like, he is just slipping like right underneath. You see him just going right
step
forward.
out of it?
I think it's too quick. Callie can probably do something here, though.
Alright.
I mean, can I just...
Grab?
I'm taller than you. Can I just, like, put my arms, like, under you and you just, like, bam, do them? That's not how it works.
Like, so slipping under and trying to, like... Honestly, at this
Yeah.
point, like, it's just hair you'd have to go and grab.
Oh,
Hair or
shit.
arm?
Okay. I mean, if it's just hair, ow.
Hair or an arm,
Go.
like sliding under
Arm.
and such, like arm back and such from the army crawl, he's slipping in.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, crawling. Okay. Yeah, she'll try for the arm.
Okay, go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
Can do. That's 19.
19. Gideon, as you feel the rocks fall out underneath you, you just feel your entire stomach and body lurch as you just, like, you're trying to, like, lock yourself into a state where you can just cast out an incantation as quickly as possible, but the suddenness of it all just rushes right through you. So fast. As Callie quickly, right onto your arm. Since you're both invisible, she grabbed the bright red glowing one, and Callie, you feel just a stinging pain up the arm that you grabbed with.
Shit. Sorry. And I mean, she's trying to pull him back before she lets go, but...
Yep. It's weird, though, Gideon. As Callie yanks you back up, you almost feel something going through Callie's finger, like going through the tips of your fingers into Callie's. As Callie grabs onto you and lifts you, like hoists you back up, I want you to remove 1 charge from your arm.
That's not great. Alright.
As Callie, you feel a small burning up you. And I want you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Hey, pretty good. 22.
Cat help. Oh, okay, never mind. That's fine.
22? You don't see it because you are currently invisible, as is Gideon, as a small rides up your arm of a little bit of orange and red energy.
I'll go back. My doorbell just rang.
Okay.
Ah,
And Callie,
Xibalba.
you yank him back up. And now we wait for the shock on Gideon's face to leave him. As,
Yay.
oh no, he's gotten captured. Oh no.
Joer.
Spelunkin.
Bro's getting into a lot of situations. And I say that as if I'm not literally in the situation
You are
with
also
him,
in
but
the situations, girly.
He's suffering a lot more from the situations than I am. I shouldn't say that. I'm going to suffer next. But
Happens! Just some guys going through a spelunkin adventure together.
yeah,
Just spelunkin.
it's true. Yeah.
Okay. All good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so you are pulled right back up next to Callie. Callie's still kind of holding on to that arm.
Alright.
You okay?
Okay, so... Yeah, okay, I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's alright. Let's keep moving.
With the rocks now displaced, you are able to see a proper way down, and both of you manage to slip into that small, tiny little cramped crawl space. There's a little bit of moving rocks and such with each bit of movement that you do. And you are both far too tall, Callie more so. You end up having to crawl on all fours. Gideon, on the other hand, you manage to curl yourself into enough of a half squat to keep your footing and hands free, though this position is not kind on your back and recently reforged legs. Your unfitting, too long spine feels just as cramped as it used to when you were still growing in your 50s. Both of you right now, while in this crawl space, have disadvantage on dexterity-based checks and saving throws from this uncomfortable position.
Okay.
Great.
You
Yay.
find yourselves in a small bit of shadow and fog. Basically, you've gone from up here on the waterfall, like down a winding path, and now you're in a small little area where you can face this part of the waterfall itself, where the arrow was pointing down to.
Well, if I can follow in that direction of the arrow, then I'm gonna keep going.
You start moving forward. What is your passive perception? Both of you.
21.
25.
25. So, being in heavy fog, you both take penalties to your passive perceptions. That is -3. That is going to put Callie at 22. Gideon, not enough. As you guys just pushing through all of this fog and shadow start to head towards an area that leads towards where the arrow points. And Callie, in what mostly looks like a series of rocks and crevices and such in the small crawl space, you catch a small bit of movement that looks like a rising and falling of a chest that Gideon is crawling towards.
Oh no.
Does it help that...
Something there. I mean,
Wait, what would your thing be -3? If it's 21, then it would be 18, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Gideon, at the last second, you see the rock that you were about to reach for breathing.
Oh. Yeah, it doesn't do that.
The entire kind of path ahead, there is a body that is kind of contorted in a circle around the entire crawl space heading towards the direction of the arrow. And you just hear, beyond the rushing of the waterfall, just low, cracked breathing.
Okay. Is there any way to get around it, or...?
You could technically, once again, like, to break... Sorry, I have to shoot this guy.
Oh.
I'm sorry, you gotta stop posting links to Discords in my Twitch chat.
No
I'm
good.
sorry, it's never gonna
No
slide
good.
here. You will get shot.
No good.
Public service announcement. Stop. So you start basically at this point. Around it is not really an option if you want to stay on this path.
Can I see... What to do here?
Invisibility. Is invisibility concentration, or does it just happen? Like, what do you have up right now
It's
as your concentration? Okay, so you're concentrating on invisibility. Gotcha. So at this point, you've dropped find person, locate creature.
Oh,
Wait,
shit.
Fuck, that's how it works?
Yeah.
Shit, because I thought Yaksha...
Oh, fuck.
I wouldn't...
Well, it's Jover.
So far, your invisibility has not aided you in any way. You can keep it on that. So far, it's been fine.
Yeah. Okay. If it was... Yeah, I definitely wouldn't cast any other concentration spells.
Yeah, you were concentrating on that one. Yeah.
Because it was Yaksha's... Alright.
Yeah. He transferred the concentration over to you to hold on to.
Okay.
Alright.
Think. Well...
All my solutions for dealing with this also require concentration.
Yeah.
By any chance, can I ask, is the... I don't know, is the sound of labored breathing at all familiar?
You know what? Go ahead and roll... Insight.
Can do. Which is a 24.
There's a distinct graveliness to the back of it that sounds almost as if there's almost a low growly part to the back of the voice that sounds strangely, like, the best way I would describe it as if, like, Gideon were choking on his own fumes and, like, a bunch of charcoal. It kind of has the same graveliness of his voice.
Okay.
It's weirdly similar.
Interesting. I guess to clarify where my mind is at right now, if this is not an actively hostile creature thing, if it could just like move out of the way a little bit, that would be nice. But I'm a little worried about it.
You'd have to speak to it or move it or something like that to alert it to your approach.
Part of the issue here is I can get past. I mean, can I see behind the creature?
It's fog from where you're standing. You'd have to roll perception/investigation to see a little bit further beyond. Because right now you're not at a vantage point. You're behind a vantage point of sight.
Can I try to peek behind it?
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception. Yeah, perception.
Guidance.
All right. Okay, well that's a nat 20 on the die.
Hey, you didn't need it.
Yeah. You are able to kind of like orient yourself in a perfect way where it's peering through like the small crawl space hole that this stretched body is making. You see a couple of things. The fog and darkness still reign heavy over the scene, but despite that, you can kind of see the whole ordeal starting to unfurl around you. You see the many winding arrays of silhouettes down. There were many mind flayers down here before, but there are now so many more, swarming each and every level of this spiral down. And they're not on their own anymore. They're accompanied by not just their typical twitching entourages of horns and bones, but also with the glowing motes of light from Starspawn on each of these levels as well. And it seems like every aspect of the way down is it's just fully flooded with floors and floors of emissaries and constructs. You're unsure at first of what exactly they're doing, though on a bit of investigation and inspection further, you notice that the Starspawn and Mind Flayers are going to these corrupted bodies of the Umbral Elves, and are going around with small ink-filled needles and pinching small identifiers onto each of them. Different marks. From there, some are picked up and brought further below. All the ones being brought further down have a similar kind of coppery tint to their hair as they're dragged below. Alongside those escapades, you do indeed see where you're almost certain the arrow is directly pointing. That being towards a chute. The waterfall falls over top it, but then there is just this large amorphous mass like leading downwards. And you see a bit of movement of long, twitching, spidery fingers reaching out from inside this hole to the outside, reaching out towards the waterfall of Umbra, grabbing some in its hand, its long cupped hand, and then bringing it back inside, to which there is a subtle slurping noise beyond the pitter-patter that only elves like you could make out. Mind flayers likely couldn't. You can also hear some further whimpers down this chute, and see the gloss of eyes. There's the chute, and then there's the spiral of, like, mind flayers and such, but you don't feel or see or get any indication that down this chute behind the waterfall that there are any starspawn, mind flayers, anything of that like.
Alright. So we just gotta get to that point.
That chute, yep.
How far away does it look like it is?
It's about 50 feet.
Then can I just put a... let me... what do I do here? $50 feet. Alright, that's not too bad. Can I try to push the creature out of the way?
You absolutely can. So,
alright. Because I can't do anything else right now.
How are you trying to push it?
I'm just like going
forward, or trying to make more room by pushing it like out to stretch more space?
Yeah, doing that. Trying to push it out to make more space.
You reach forward with both your hands. One goes on. You feel crunching underneath it. The other one goes on. You immediately hear a as you press your glowing hand onto this creature, its long, stretched head falls kind of to the side and looks at you with these dead, empty sockets. And you see a tiny glint at the back of them, as long locks of hair falls over this thing's face. And it takes its kind of spiraling arm and tries to up to reach you and grips onto your arm as you're trying to push it apart. You can't help but think that the texture of its skin is not dissimilar to the burnt flesh that Lelee currently has all over her after the blast. It's not entirely burnt from normal fire. Is that you, God? Is that you?
Yeah, Gideon ignores it, and he's just gonna... I should, like, make it... I'm trying to, like, do it, like, push, like, between, like, whatever, like, the wall is and the creature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like a circle around the wall. So you're pushing it... Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's gonna have it has, like, some edge between the wall and the creature, right?
Yeah. You can find some purchase.
Yeah. So Gideon's just trying to get through that, just, pushing up again. He's gonna try to get out of its grasp and just keep going.
So warm. As you start to try and slip yourself through it and try and get out of this thing's grasp, it is going to, like, once again take its cracked arms and try to, like, run them back up you. And I want you to roll contested athletics as you feel it trying to grab at you, and some fingers go to try and grab at your hair. This is just creaking out, just come back.
Added athletics, because that's a 10.
You are gripped in place.
Can I Misty Step out of it? I wasn't gonna do this. I was just gonna Misty Step to the other side of it. I didn't want to do this because I didn't want to just ditch Callie, but, like, yeah, I'll just Misty Step to the other side of it.
It goes to grab at your hand a little bit more and starts to try and run its fingers up your neck and such, and up towards your beard and towards your eyes, until eventually you just bite down a small incantation word, trying to keep it as quiet as possible, and to the other side of it, where it's just no. I need to feel warmth again. Come back to me. God. It's red hot, this thing. From where it touched you. And that's starting to go up its whole body.
That's not great. Gideon's just gonna like sort of. He's not gonna say anything, but he's gonna give Callie this look of like, we need to keep moving. Like you've got to get like to the other side of this somehow.
By any chance in it like moving and trying to catch up to Gideon, did it make any room for little Callie by any chance?
It's definitely. I think it is like big enough at this point to try and like squeeze yourself through.
Yeah, then she'll do that right away.
Yeah. And you just immediately you catch
part.
Gideon's just like expression of get the fuck over here and quickly just like push yourself off of him once again. Like as you were making it over, you unfortunately have to like press your paw down in a place that's just it is unfortunate, the crunch noise that kind of squelches out as you do so. Just it lets out another just Gideon, are you watching to make sure Callie gets through?
Gideon's keeping. I think Gideon's sort of like giving her a side eye, but right now he's trying to watch like in front of him to make sure no one's seeing any of this happen. He doesn't want us to get spotted.
Every time you glance back, the thing's body is getting redder and more. It's glowing more and more and more by the second.
That's never a good sign. So I think Gideon just sort of gives his wide-eyed stare to Callie, like, oh, we gotta fucking move, hurry up.
She hurries.
Callie, you just like quickly try to rush away from the body. The hand is going to once again try to reach out and grab onto you, Callie. Just reaching out, just no, don't go. Roll athletics contested.
Can we give the help action?
Yep, Gideon, you reach forward and grab onto Callie to try and like pull her out of the grasp.
Yeah, 23.
23, and Callie, you immediately, like, feeling Gideon, like, grab onto you as well and yank you back away from it, kind of probably, like, grabbing a bit of your little cape cloak and such and getting yanked back, alongside your just inherent strength. You tear your arm forward, and there is a sickening crunch as its whole hand is pulled off in the process. You hear a heartbeat as this glowing thing's head cracks to the side. The warmth of God has embraced me again. Yes. Yes. Finally. Yeah. You see the hands that you have yanked off cast off into small motes of fire.
Okay.
And the entire creature wrapped around in this circle becomes white molten hot. And then there is darkness. And you get one action.
Okay. Both of us do?
Mm-hmm.
Wall of force.
Wall of force?
Oh,
yep.
no, shit, that's concentration, never mind.
Okay.
Everything's fucking concentration.
Yeah, I missed Dimension Door. My best friend Dimension Door. I wish I wasn't
Does it seem
here.
like this thing's about to fucking explode?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, no. Criminy. Oh, shucks. Oh, jeez.
I mean, do I think I could get to Adalwulf if I drop concentration now, or does it seem like I'd need it for further?
It seems like it's just down the chute.
Alright, if it's just down the chute, I mean, fuck it. I don't want Callie getting fucking blown up. I'm gonna throw up a wall. I'm gonna throw up a wall of force.
Yep, okay, so seeing this thing grow white hot in the space around you, you quickly just, like, drop your hand, but just kind of having this lightning arrow pointing down the chute, and take that hand and just force it forward. Callie, what were you going to go and do? Like, what was your split-second reaction?
I think what she was going to do was, like... I'm not entirely certain what the orientation here is, but basically just, like, wrap around Gideon and, like, wherever, like, the nearest point that was glowing, just... She doesn't know how to absorb things on command. She doesn't know how it works, so she was going to try to touch it to, like, just, like, draw it back a little bit.
No, I think
No,
Gideon just
probably
fully
not.
just,
But yeah,
Gideon just fully domes it. Gideon just domes it.
Yeah, Gideon,
dome it.
You feel Callie's body go and, like, press over your entire form to try and shield you from the blow, but you are still able to just, like, get your hands moving. Despite Callie just going on to grab you fully, you manage to wrestle your arms out and, like, clap them together in a slow, like, kind of smooth motion, just, like, and a kind of sphere of force is going to wrap around the creature. And you both hear a deafening boom.
Wait, I thought we established sounds don't go through walls of force.
You are right,
dumb?
we did.
Oh,
we so
we don't hear
you
shit.
do not. And do you hear a moment of pure, impossible silence with only the tiniest bit of reverberation that you know that only you two can hear because you are elves. As the thing goes up in a mote of light behind you both. You're expecting something in your arms, Callie. Something as you cast your hand back and kind of shield Gideon as best as you can. But you feel nothing. The fire recedes until there is nothing but ash inside the small wall of force.
All right. Okay.
Gosh, let's just keep moving. We need to keep moving now.
Right.
Okay.
I will say, Gideon, you definitely see what Callie was going for.
Yeah.
As you kind of unfurl from her.
Yeah. I don't know if Gideon necessarily says anything right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You crawl out of Callie's grasp. And now you're left with the chute.
Shoot.
Oh, did that deal with the mind flayers at Starspawn?
No.
No. Okay.
explosion?
I didn't think so. No.
It
Well,
was
yeah,
just
that's
in a
what I meant.
tiny. It was just in a tiny little force cage that
Okay.
just like
I
this.
wasn't
they,
sure if-
they go all the way down. Yeah, no.
Yeah, our wall of force did. Otherwise, we probably would have gotten blown the fuck up and not.
I wasn't sure if we were in the wall of force or it was.
No,
Gotcha.
it
I
was.
see.
Well, it
Okay.
was.
Fair enough. That's fine. Anyway. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
At this point, there is nothing blocking you to the edge of the chute, though you still see that long, spindly hand coming out the kind of corners of it and scooping up more umbra to the interior.
Yeah, I guess Gideon's just sneaking towards it.
Yeah.
You guys both kind of slowly, still crawling in those uncomfortable positions, kind of trudge your way forward towards the edge of the chute. Are you, I guess, yeah, if you're trying to sneak towards it to not alert anything inside the chute, do you want to roll stealth?
I'd love to.
Actually, now that
You can do invisibility.
Concentration is fucked. I will do invisibility.
Yeah,
Now
so
that-
as you're approaching it, now you wreath yourselves in a small veil of invisibility. And getting nearby this kind of spider-like hand that slowly cracks and retracts inside the chute, you're able to peer over the edge of it, both of you kind of like shuffling in to get space to look down. And it is just a drop. The gentle pitter-patter of umbra rolls off your ward and fur, respectively, as the great maw waits before you. You're able to peer over the ledge, and you are instantly hit with the stomach-churning sensation as the vertigo-inducing height wreaths out before you. And the walls are moving, twitching, as if you found a hole covered entirely in maggots. You have both seen the look of these walls before, down in the depths of the shunning grounds, except if those grounds were where all the discarded bits of fused clothing fell, then here's where the bodies are. And they're still alive. Still alive. And they move like a poorly oiled machine. Slender hands from some of the bodies up top reaching out to funnel bits of umbra down below, where open, gaping mouths wait to lap it up with small grunts and whines. They cradle and hang on to one another, or hang out of one another in some cases, all with melted wax that looks to be bits of burnt hair keeping them together. Fiery red. The hand reaches up again and paws right nearby where you are, just barely avoiding where you both peek inside. And down this drop, as more umbra is grabbed in the thing's palm, you see it continue the process of filtering it back down. But this time, you see a small light passing through the hand as it reaches downward. Twinkling, reflecting, red, orange, like a small mote of starlight. Like the one you missed when Aros chased you down, Gideon. The further that small twinkle falls, the less visible it's becoming to you. As it drops down. Callie, you see it too. But these bodies are just like the one that did that. Exploded behind you. That is what you're left with.
Cool.
A drop.
Gideon jumps down.
Okay. And you, Callie, you can't even see him because he's under invisibility right now. Gideon, you push yourself over the edge and jump down the middle. Here's the thing. It's not a clean shot down. There's still hands reaching out and kind of arcing between each other like spider webs and such. You're bound to try and hit something. Yeah, if you're just dropping.
Try to dodge around with Misty Step and shit.
Okay.
So, if I'm just coming down to hit something and it's like that.
This is going so unbelievably fast and is such like a long, fast drop where, for reference, you can't even see the bottom. It gets to a point where it's just
also
magical.
Staggering out Misty Steps because teleporting cancels momentum.
True, okay. I will say, as you are falling as well, things are getting darker and darker and darker. The only thing that you can see, magical darkness. The only thing you can see through magical darkness?
Doesn't the cloak let me?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, if you can also see through magical darkness then to make it through this absolute obstacle...
I have true sight, yeah. Not true sight. I can see invisibility, I have dark vision, I can see into the ethereal.
And through magical darkness?
It doesn't specify magical, so I guess I'll just cast True Seeing on myself, because that's not concentration.
Okay, yeah. And on it, as you are falling, you just take some fingers and just ride them over your eyes, and they spark with runes of true sight as you just start pencil diving the fuck down, trying to stagger out as many misty steps as you can, just trying to get down there as quickly as possible. Just to perform this insane maneuver of slinging a bunch of these spells and such at once, it's gonna take a fair number of misty steps, but you can just do it because I believe it's just a cantrip for you, if I'm not mistaken.
Basically, yeah, because of favorite spells or whatever it's called at level 18.
Favorite spells, okay, perfect.
Infinite misty steps.
Just for this extreme and absolutely insane number of spells that you are casting out at this frame of time, just as quickly as you have to perceive it, I want you to roll just to keep your wits about you as you're going down this chute. wisdom saving throw. Just
Cool.
to keep on target.
Fuck it, we ball. Let's see, that is a... that is a 17, I think. Can I have shitty arrows? Can't give me advantage? Just fucking...
How would it help here?
How would it help here? It makes a noise every time I'm about to die by hitting something. Just like giving me verbal cues.
I mean, it could be looking over the edge and trying to like bark out small. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'll give you advantage if that's the case.
Yeah. All right, that is 18. Went up 1.
You start plummeting down through this chasm of bodies. It starts incredibly strong. You're able to quickly make a rhythm of misty stepping whenever you need to kind of cancel your momentum or whenever you need to move right out of the way of something. You're able to do it a couple times, like back to back to back, to try and give yourself enough time to kind of process, calibrate, and change up your strategy as much as you can. The second that you start...
Sorry. I was also going to say I'm casting Blade Ward during this too, because it's an action. Misty Step is bonus action. So if I do hit something, it'll help out with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a cantrip.
Yeah. You're doing an absolutely insane number of spells here. Just between True Seeing, just between Misty Stepping, between Blade Warding, between all of this. Once again, it starts so strong. Just back and forth, up, 2. Once again, teleporting through anything that comes in the way. An arm reaches out just in time. You're able to teleport back up, rechange your momentum, slide right through it. Unfortunately, you start seeing things. Especially as you dip into the darkness-fueled scape below. This long way down. It feels like the longer you're dropping, the more familiar it's getting. The bodies wreathed along the walls. What, I think, does it for you is when you notice that all of them, that wax holding them together, their hair stranded, is the same color as yours. You, for a moment, I'd imagine, get a sneaking suspicion in the back of your mind. And it crawls a little bit further. With every single misty step you... with every single reorientation, it begins to crawl up the back of your head. At some point, this pattern's gotta break, right? You've gotta see something that looks different. In this gruesome drop. You do. You do see something different, a moment of salvation. The lower you get, the more twisted these bodies start becoming. Their rib cages crackling and opening up, twisting inwards, like the ones you've seen before. You see, stitched between two of these more abstracted ones, you see a familiar bit of equipment. You've had your blood drawn so many fucking times that at this point there must be a goddamn bank dedicated entirely to your blood somewhere in Xibalba's stash. with how much it took from you when you were within its care. You see your blood bags filtered through these bodies. The suspicion crawls a little further up to the front. You once again continue your process. You misty step back up, this time getting a little bit too close for comfort in front of another bit of hands that reach forward, crackling. You, for a second, are confused because it feels like maybe you're in the wall. Like maybe you're in the wall. At this point, I'd imagine that you're just trying to follow the starlight down. The thing you lost before. The shard. Where Adalwulf might be.
Yeah.
Feeling that spidering sensation crawl up your mind, you try and just look down to follow the light. And you certainly see it. You see a small moat growing brighter and brighter as you are falling, breaking through the darkness to the point where the true sight that you've activated on yourself grows overwhelming with the amount of light that suddenly floods in through it, right towards you. It is through the true sight that you are able to differentiate the mirage arcane that is covering up all these bodies in the appearance of clothing as you are reaching the bottom. And you are falling right towards this light at this point. Falling right towards a shard of a red star. You, at this point, see the bottom. And see exactly where this light is coming from. The starlight shard that you handed back over to Adalwulf. That is what is below you. That is what you're falling towards. Do you reach for it? Or do you try to stop your descent here?
I think Gideon definitely tries to reach for it, yeah.
Callie.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. So, magical darkness. I don't know if I would know the answer to this question. Mm-hmm. What I want to do is wild shape into a bird so that I can get down there and, have the potential of not falling to my death. Mm-hmm. Can I see the little hands happening in there or no?
In the magical darkness, you cannot see anything in it as you pass through into it. I'd imagine that the second that Gideon fell in, you felt the movement, that you just started pushing past. You just pushed yourself inside as well. Are you even trying to avoid, like how Gideon is, are you even trying to avoid the many arms that are reaching out towards you? Do you even think that you can, just given the state of, I don't know if you necessarily would have a way besides just plowing through it all.
Yeah, the question is really if it would benefit me to be a tiny creature or if they would just, grab me and stop me.
Fair point. So you're trying to weave through as the bird, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. That's what she wants to do.
By the time you get into the darkness, following after where you can you don't even see Gideon, because once again, the invisibility is up. Mm-hmm. Though, I think you are still just chasing, you as well see it, so I'm assuming you are following that small light in front of you. Follow the stars, as Hailwind said, to get home. You pass into the darkness, seeing nothing but the light ahead of you. Are you still trying to avoid things? Like, what are you doing at this point now that you can't see? If there are arms reaching out towards you, what is your play?
I mean, if I can't see, then it kind of is what it is. What she's trying to do ultimately is just like in the form of just this tiny creature-sized raven, just like make herself as narrow as possible and just like just go straight through, hoping that nothing grabs her.
I want you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I can do that. What is my... Okay. Nat 20. Pretty good.
Nat fucking 20? Are you serious?
Yeah. Let's end it.
You make yourself as narrow and as small as possible and start pushing yourself through the darkness, following nothing but the redness of the star and the small glimpses. The tiny moments in just everything where you can see Gideon following down into this spiral below towards the light. And you slip through each and every outreached hand. And as you pass into the light of a great star enveloping in this torrential brightness, there is nothing but Gideon's outstretched hand heading towards the ground, heading towards the star. What do you do?
Well, there's little I can do. Ultimately, I'm a little bird now. She's just following him. Just trying to stay as close as she can.
And Gideon, as you reach out towards the star, you feel a small bit of feathers tuck kind of towards you, just like kind of fold into the crook of your neck and such and land on your shoulder to kind of press up against you.
All right.
And as the star starts to unfurl, do you let her in with you?
Yes.
And you are both swallowed in light. It's a sudden feeling, as if you had suddenly hit the ground in just this moment and everything has been taken from you, as if the light was never even there and you just plunged towards the bottom and turned into nothing but paste. Or it's something different. Something old, but not forgotten. Something deeply churning. As you reach out towards the star, something in you reaches out towards it too. And you feel and see a flash split everything around you. The water should be up to your shoulders with how small you are, needing your feeble, clumsy body stacked and draped upon someone else to get by. You useless, dead weight. She was gonna take you to the shore and carry you, but But you had to make it to the shore first, and she took the blow because the one you were draped upon couldn't run fast enough with you on her back being useless, dead weight. Even if you made it to shore, she couldn't have carried you through the entire ocean, not with the pressure building on you, not with how much force is inside you, not with how much you burn and root it all and make everything go up in smoke just like the machine did. You would have been nothing but useless, dead weight. That's all you were. That's all you did. Nothing. Not enough. Nothing. And when the god from the machine rose to strike her down, you did nothing of use. When the god from the machine tried to strike them all down, Callie, you didn't think. You just took the blow, and all you could think of was take me, not him. All you could do. All you did was wave. You knew it. God, you knew it'd be hell, and you sent him right towards it. It should have been different. It should have been you. It should always have been you. Strike me down, not him! As if that would have been enough to save him from the torment of it all. As if you being taken would have solved it all. As if becoming nothing was the only thing you could have done. You are worth nothing after all, so I should take it, not him. As the light envelops you both, the god from the machine speaks to you for the first time in a century. But all you did was fail. I failed him. I failed everyone. And I will fail again. Things will not be different this time. So goes the circle, the orbit of blood and flame. Gideon, you're standing in about knee-deep water, still and acrid and covered in blood and soot and grime. And you are no longer on the shoulders of Hailwind as you once were in this moment. And as you look around you, you see Callie there too. You, by all means, have your mind blank, your true sight, everything up. You're waiting to see through the illusion. It's not breaking. It's a different space. A different time. The edges of the world around you look like nothing but starlight and fire. And there is no illusion that stops the cleaner bot from looking that real in front of you. Both of you roll for initiative.
Okay. Nat 20 again? Why? No, I want that for later. Okay.
Yeah, it's bad. Can we
Go
switch
ahead.
initiatives? I got a 13. Can me and Kelly switch initiatives?
Oh, no! Why would you? I mean, do you truly, genuinely, fully want to? I will allow it if you really, really want to.
Frankly, yes. Take it, brother.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love that.
Do I want to allow this? I've never allowed this. Honestly, that might be too game-breaking of a rule change.
Okay.
That's like, adding that in right now, I don't know if that's the play for me in the long term. So we're gonna keep initiative.
You just won't tell anyone else. It'll be our little secret. It's fine.
So, first in initiative, Callie.
Aren't we both invisible?
You, it can see through invisibility. That is a thing that it can do.
Okay.
All right. Well, it was worth a shot.
It has true sight. So.
What if it didn't though?
I'm reading the stat block right now. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways,
the wrong one.
Callie, you see it 60 feet in front of you, standing in the same water that you were struck down in.
Okay. I did wild shape drop. I feel like probably at some point wild shape dropped.
Yeah. I think wild shape drops.
Okay. Oh Lord. Oh jeez. Okay. So we're standing in the water. How deep is it? Like maybe like
it is knee-deep
2
water.
or 3 feet? Okay.
Yeah, 2-3 feet.
Okay, because I've been heavy on the control water gambit recently, and I think I might do it again.
Okay, control water. What do you want to do with it?
Could I? I'm looking at the spell right now. I'm trying to figure out if this would work, because I think that's not exactly how physics works, and so that wouldn't really...
This is not a physics simulator, for the love of God.
I know. Her thought is, like, this is a robot. She's fully aware of the robot's capabilities, that at the very least the robot would not appreciate being in water. And so, well, you know...
Do you know if it's weak to water? Or is because I know some Warforged are affected by that, but is this one specifically?
No.
Didn't this thing have to walk through an ocean to get here?
Yeah,
this
probably.
thing did walk through an ocean to get here.
Okay.
You're doing great, Cece.
Oh, brother. Well, I mean, just... Yeah, there's nowhere to go. I think just... Oh, I have to be within 30 feet to do that. Fuck.
It's 60 feet away. You can make that.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to get closer to it.
Why not? What's wrong?
I guess. I have things. Everything.
Also, because this is like close quarters-ish combat and there's only one opponent, we're not doing a battle map because I think...
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Probably just easier that way. If you want one, I can throw one together real quick.
No, I'm good.
Cool.
There's only 3 of us. We can do theater of the mind.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. Well...
Come on. You got it, Cece.
What she's... I mean, she's... You know... It hasn't been... You know, mentally it hasn't been a long time for her, but physically it has. And in some sense, she was made for this. And so I think what she's going to do is... She's gonna walk just 20 feet towards it, and I can throw my spear 40 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So what she's gonna do, I think, is bonus action steady aim to give myself advantage and throw the spear at it.
Okay, yeah. So you just wade yourself right through that thick water and just hit, like, make a kind of like quick steps towards it and then immediately rear back and send the spear flying. Honestly, like, because it is so mentally fresh in your mind, just what is going through you as you see this and as you throw this?
Yeah, just... The more things change, the more things stay the same, and she's still very scared, but... I mean, you know, it's the same thing as before. A distraction, something she's throwing to keep the attention off of him.
And you almost move your body deliberately to try and, like, diagonal a little bit in front of Gideon, too.
Yeah, I got a 22 to hit. Does that hit?
22 does hit. As you send the spear barreling forward.
Okay. And what's 9 damage? I hate to target. I hate to dox your AC. That's probably not more than 5 of its AC, right?
It is not more than 5 of its AC.
Okay, because I would do a little extra damage that I don't.
Yeah.
But hey, I had advantage on the attack roll, so I do sneak attack. Yay!
Woo!
Nice.
Yes! Yeah, so just immediately you just like force yourself through the water and rear back the spear and are just going to...
Yep. That will be 17 plus 8. What is that?
17 plus
25?
8? 25, I believe. Yeah, so you rear it back and it goes like barreling towards the construct and is going to hit kind of between 2 plates that lead into its kind of neck wiring. And immediately spurting out of it, there is not oil. There is not blood. There is nothingness. Void. As the spear in deep, the thing does not even flinch. As it never did for you all those years ago, it still remains stalwart still. As if you are nothing to it.
I know.
I'm sorry, I got an ad.
Okay.
Oh, Lamau.
Well, that's my turn. 25 magical piercing. That's all I got.
All right, 25 magical piercing, and you send this like right towards the thing, and it just, once again, it just takes that, and there's nothingness dripping from its clavicle area, and it just reaches up, and with mechanical arms is going to... hands around the spear, is going to... rip it out, and is going to just... stab it into the ground beside it, and is going to take its limbs, and those are immediately going to into spellcasting positions. And it is going to take its hands and is going to draw kind of like this perfect line in the air, and is going to then shoot a line out towards Callie. And Callie, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, as I am going to momentary stasis you.
Oh, shit.
Spell.
That is not a spell.
But you just said he was casting.
It's a casting position for it. It's literally the ability of Chronergy.
23.
It's the Chronergy ability. It's Chronergy.
23.
You said the word casting and I got excited.
Wait your turn.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
23 you said?
Yes.
A reaction chronal shift.
Fuck. What
do
the
it
hell,
again.
Man?
Multiple reactions too? Woof.
Oh, brother.
Multiple reactions. It has not done a reaction
22.
yet.
Oh, was that its okay? Was
It's
that
its
just
turn.
an action I was taking?
Yeah, that was an action.
okay.
Momentary
I
stasis.
thought it did a double reaction thing as
Nope.
on Callie shit. Okay,
Nope.
yeah.
Okay.
chronal
22
shift.
now.
22 fails by 1. You, Gideon next to you as Callie steps forward and throws the spear, you just see as like these small, like Callie's entire body just stops as you see like through her kind of like starry arms, you start to see spirals of dark nothingness going through it, as this thing is not like putting you into stasis per se, as momentary stasis normally allows to. It is removing you from the flow of proper time. All astral elves come from a point of no time.
What the hell?
Therefore, they use
back in it.
Dunamancy to stabilize themselves. So it is basically
Shit.
destabilizing the Chronergy in you, and you are incapacitated, and you have a speed of 0 right now.
Yep, fair enough. Okay.
And that is going to be until and then you have to make saves again on your turn for that.
Okay. Fair enough.
That is going to be its action. From there, it is like, it does that, it just does that attack onto Callie, and is just going to... That's it, that's his turn. Gideon.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. I'm
Kill it.
gonna cast Heat Metal
Yeah.
Okay,
using
yep.
my new pyro
Yeah.
charges.
Yeah, okay.
There's
Yeah.
no save there. It just happens because
It does just
I assume
happen.
it hurts it because it's a big old metal robot, right?
Oh, yeah. So seeing Callie just get frozen in time, you immediately just like burst forward, like your hand just like shoots forward, and spiraling like in these coils and such of heat up your hand, you are going to shoot forth from your glowing hand, just this force of energy that is going to start pressing into this thing's metal shell. And that's just damage to it?
Yeah, it just straight up, that's 16 fire damage.
16 fire damage? Yeah, and you begin to press its metal plating inward and such and start trying to melt holes into this thing. Okay. That's fire damage, yes?
Yes, it's fire
It's
damage.
resistant to fire damage.
Oh,
Makes
goddammit.
sense.
But it has, if it tries to do any melee shit, it's gonna you have to do it at a disadvantage.
That's
True.
good.
Because it's
Yeah.
metal and it can't take off, unless it takes off its skin, I guess.
Once again, with every single like hole that is opening up in this thing's body, you are seeing nothing underneath its shell except for just pure 0.
Oh, actually, can I make a con save real quick?
Yes, you can. For what?
It's part of heat metal.
Gotcha. Oh,
I
I need to
misread
make a.
some- yeah.
I need to make
Yeah,
a
you
con
need to
save.
make
Okay.
you need to make a con save.
Okay. Yep. You twist your hands forward and start kind of crunching at the air to try and force this thing to make a Constitution saving throw. That is a on the dice plus its cons. That is going to be 18.
18. Oh, it's a failure, so that means it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of its next turn.
Yippee!
Okay, sounds good. Yep. And its body does indeed, like, you loosen up some of the joints that keep it together, and some of its fingers, which were, like, perfectly, once again, it was in that position that kind of held stock still. A couple of its fingers droop a little bit to the side as you're severing bits of its kind of wire tendons. All right, is that your turn, Gideon?
I think, let's see, that's my action. Even though Misty Step, I can use it with no spell slots. It's a mastered spell or whatever the feature's called. I can't use it because it's leveled, right?
Leveled,
Even though it doesn't
yep.
use any slot.
Yep.
All right.
And I will ask you the same question that I asked Callie. What is going through your mind right now?
Gideon's still trying to figure that out. He's just looking at it. He's attacking it. It seems real enough. He's not seeing through anything. So he's thinking maybe this is like, sort of maybe like just a fractal reality or something like that, like with how the star shards work.
Mm-hmm. So you're just trying to figure out everything that's happening around you. Any note either to what the temporal stasis has done to Callie?
No clue. I think. Well, if it's not a spell, he can't really do much about it. So I think his only real hope is that if he can take down, that if she doesn't come out of it on her own, if taking it down will bring Callie out of it.
Mm-hmm. So you just lock in forward, trying to get this thing taken care of as quickly as you can. That is going to bring us to top of initiative, which is going to bring us to Callie. Callie, frozen and stunned in just pure, like, timeless existence. You try to move your body, but it just refuses to work with you. You are going to have to make a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
I thought it auto-ended at the end of her turn.
Fuck my
Or
life.
does it work
You're
with the
right,
bot?
you're right.
Okay.
I misread it.
Oh? Well, I mean, I got a 17 on the disadvantage.
You don't need to do that. It auto ends at the end of this turn. You
Okay.
feel your, like, basically you try and just kind of like clench yourself and try to, like, once again feel connected to your body in some sort of way, trying to gasp in some like level of existence into you, and eventually you are able to feel the water around your ankles once again as you collapse forward. But it is the end of your turn. Basically just skipped forward through your turn, that one.
That's fine. I can react. That's good.
You can react. That is a big thing. And it is that creature's turn. It's gonna time stop.
Oh, shit.
Well, can I counterspell that?
Takes its hands together and is going to go ahead and roll counterspell.
Thank you.
Ew.
Up in that 20!
Ooh.
Do I want to convergent future you is my question. That's
You
attack
can,
roll,
but I'm
ability
just gonna
check.
succeed again.
It's
I'm so good at these, Dean.
Convergent future.
Oh, it's an auto fail, yeah. Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
But then wouldn't it get a level of exhaustion, or how does that work? I got no
It
clue.
would gain a level of exhaustion. Convergent future.
Damn, alright.
You reach your hand forward.
Counterspell?
Callie?
What? Sorry?
Do you
Gideon was
have
asking if you
counterspell,
had
Callie?
counterspell.
No, I'm sorry, I'm a druid.
It takes its hands together and is just going to pinch a line in time and is going to stretch that forward and fully break it. Callie, just as you once again feel your bearings regained, you are brought in time again, quick enough to feel as it all stops around you. Gideon, you are quick enough to let this go past, but you feel your hand...
Isn't that 2 levels of exhaustion now? Because doesn't it also do exhaustion on the first one too? Or am I dumb? Because didn't it Convergent Future Callie's first
Nope.
save?
No.
Oh,
that was
chronal.
chronal shift.
Oh,
Chronal
okay,
shift and
different
convergent
thing,
futures are 2 different things.
Damn.
Okay.
They just be doing shit.
Chrono
Chronergy wizards just be doing shit, okay? I don't know what else to tell you.
Doing shit.
Wizards just be doing shit. Okay, so we are going to look at time stop real quick, and I have to roll the amount of turns that I'm getting on this.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a D6. It is a D4 to do turns. D4
Damn.
plus 1.
It's not a D6 us with time stop.
It's not a D6. That is 4 turns. Got a 3 on the dice. Okay, so.
Fuck my Freddy Fazbear life.
1 second.
Didn't it? Oh no, it's top of initiative, so it's a reaction was back. All right.
Yes. So, as time flows to a stop, both of you are skilled enough in the temporal arts to be gruesomely aware in your own bodies as to what is occurring around you. With that is going to bring us, so there's 4 rounds of time stop. I'm going to spend the first one doing delayed fireball blast. As it is going to, in one of its hands is going to curl a small mote of energy, which is going to wreath out in not typical flame, but rather pure, raw darkness. And it is going to be holding on to that. That is an action, so that is going to be one of its turns of the 4. Because there's not much else it can do in that particular regard here. So that is 20-foot radius sphere, dexterity saving throw. Okay, when your concentration is broken or because you decide to end it. Okay, cool. That's that. That is going to bring us to the next one, to which it is going to... Its head slowly turns towards you both, and it is going to stomp its foot on the ground, and there is a fair number of oils and minerals mixed into this deep water. You recall this from the time that Sepulturnum originally fell. Back when this thing attacked you, the water caught on fire from just how hot it was able to burn the minerals on the surface scum of the ocean. So it is going to...
Make a con save.
Pardon?
Con save.
Yes, okay, heat metal.
Heat metal's still up.
That works on spells?
It's a, because, well, you said you were about to attack, weren't you?
I'm about to attack with a spell.
Oh, okay, with a spell. I thought you were about to do a melee thing.
No.
Okay, well, I thought you were about to make a weapon attack by literally stomping.
This damn thing is a wizard.
This damn thing is a wizard, unfortunately. And it is going to, basically, with one palm preparing this modifier, is going to take its foot, stomp it down as that, and is going to cast Web of Fire. I need both of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Can we do this in time stop? Is this an auto-fail thing?
I don't think it is.
I'd love to make it, but if it's...
Well, you made me roll attack rolls as Gideon during time stop, so...
Yeah. I'm assuming I'm gonna say saving throws still go through. If I'm allowing attacks through fucking time stop, then I'm gonna allow saving throws and such through time stop.
Yeah.
Play.
Okay,
yeah.
That is...
Oh no! Were you asking if like time stop makes it so we can't
auto-fail?
save?
Yeah. I think that's what Cece was asking.
Yeah, that was my question.
And I was like, but Dean made me do my swings
exactly.
So get a save at least.
Okay, 19.
All right, I failed. I got like a fucking 13.
Okay, 13, and that was a 19 on Callie. Mm-hmm. Both of those are going to fail.
Yeah.
As a web of fire starts like arcing across the surface of the water and striking towards you both, it is going to converge against both of you, and that is going to do some damage, fire damage. Okay, Callie, you have evasion, so you're still taking half on success,
I do.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a reaction. So.
All right, yeah, you are both taking half damage on that. That is going to be 18 points of fire damage for both of you.
That's all right.
And Gideon, that is going to activate your Runes of the Pyre, is going to give you a charge on that regard.
Cool.
As, you begin to feel heat writhing up your body, starting to crawl up each of your forms. That is going to be, so that was its second. It has 2 more in time stop, and then it returns to you guys in initiative. So its next one, it is going to... From there.
Let's see, concentration, that's 12 up. Fine, yeah, okay, barely made it.
Oh yeah, concentration.
Well, I'm just rolling for heat metal right now. I passed it.
Yeah. I'm also checking things. 1 second.
Here's a conundrum. Does delayed fireball increase in power during time stop when time is stopped?
Yeah, it does. It's been established when
Damn.
Bellerose did this. It is then, basically, after it does this stomp, the web of fire is going to wreath out around both of you, and it is going to converge together in a circle beneath both of you that is going to rupture up with just pure negative energy. As that is going to be Circle of Death. I need Constitution saving throws from both of you.
Oh, jeepers. Oh, man.
Wait, I just realized I have advantage on all fucking saving throws. And I
you
didn't
should do
roll
that.
advantage for my fire web.
Ooh.
Didn't make it
I fucked
anyways.
it all up.
Okay.
Let's see. I wouldn't have made the fire web anyways. Oh, see. And then for that's a 30 for my con save.
Whew.
I fucked it all up. That's a 7.
That is a 7 on Callie. Yeah, Gideon, you are just like still frozen in time, but you're able to kind of like steal your resolve and start like just fully trying to make your body as like fortified as possible. Your ward just like arcing up runes across all of you. You are gonna take quarter damage from this, I believe, from your everything. So that's quartered. So you cannot divide by 0. What the fuck? What do you mean? I divided by 4. You're only gonna take 6 points of necrotic damage. And what did you get, Callie?
7.
7, you are going to take 25 points of necrotic damage.
Can do.
And I also need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Callie.
Okay.
That's not great.
22?
You start to feel your hand becoming not real. And it takes physical effort to remind yourself that it is there. You hold on to the sensation inside you that you exist here and manage to keep yourself still. Arcing up the starlight on your arms is nothingness. That was 3 turns of time stop. This is number 4. I am going to hit you guys again with Web of Fire, so that's another dex save from both of you.
It's alright. That is a 28.
28. That succeeds.
It's only a 19.
28, 19, 19.
21.
21. 21 is going to meets it, beats it. So,
Hell yeah. All right.
okay,
Quartered.
so that is that. Quartered. So quartered for you, Gideon, is going to be 4 points of fire damage, and another on the runes of the pyre. And Callie, what did you get?
I'm 28. I'm chilling.
Oh, 28.
No
Yeah, you are absolutely chilling. So you are going to take 12. No damage. Evasion. Evasion. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Once again, as you are just like kind of forcing yourself to be real, you just fully take that damage, and it feels it's burning through you, but it reminds you that you're here. And then it is going to drop concentration on delayed fireball blast, which I need both of you guys to. I need both of you guys to make a dexterity saving throw on that.
Yeah, 24.
24.
That's 22.
22, okay, meets it, beats it. I am going to Chronal Shift Gideon.
Man.
Fringe. I still take half damage though.
Of course, yeah. Chronal Shift Gideon, and you're, no, you just reroll. That's Chronal Shift. You reroll.
Okay,
Yeah.
Chronal Shift is reroll.
Chronal Shift is reroll. And the other one, which is Convergent Future, is autofail.
Alright, yeah, I failed that. I got a 19.
Okay,
Shit.
19, you are going to take full, half damage from the delayed fireball blast. Not full damage.
Yeah.
So, we are going to do that, and that has been
And I
1, 2,
can't
3.
take any reactions, right?
You cannot. Not in time stop.
Yeah.
Well, it just ended, didn't it?
2, 3, 4. No, it's still in it. This is still its turn.
Well, I thought the damage only goes off after time stop drops.
Oh, well, the Curse of One's rules. Nah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
it
It does. So I guess you can take a reaction?
Wait, so what if I absorb elements?
What? Okay. Because when I did the Veldrin, like, does all these things around you and then it hits you, that was mostly flavor. Like, that was flavor, because reacting in time stop was something, like, only NC could do.
But it
in
also
the thing.
worked that way mechanically because my contingency went off.
Right. But is contingency a reaction, or does it just happen?
It just happens.
It just happens, so it's not a reaction. Reaction would involve actually performing actions, which you cannot do in time stop. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So contingencies can go off during stop time. That's good to know at least.
Sure can. Okay, so that is gonna be half damage from Gideon. Whew. Good thing it's halved. Okay, halved is going to be 28 points of fire damage.
Oh, that's not that bad.
And Callie, you fully dodge?
Yep.
Okay. And with that, you guys just feel as time reconverges as you hear the slight sound of a ticking clock around you. And once again, like it all happens at once, a burst of pain rides up you guys, both immolating fire and the pure cold draw of nothing.
Cool. He did 15 HP damage to me.
At once, though, as this time stops and things begin to rewind in your body, Callie's arms are starting to wreath with darkness and nothingness, and Gideon's, yours are starting to wreath in more flame. Time stop ends. Its head just tilts towards you. It will always be the same. That is its turn. That is going to bring us to next initiative, which is going to be Gideon.
Alright. Well, let's see, I've got all these charges. I might as well start burning them fucking off. Okay, let's flame strike
It's immune to
this.
fire damage. Or resistant to. It's resistant.
Yeah. Well, I also have to because I'm at 9 charges. So I literally have to. I don't have a choice. I gotta pour these bad boys out somehow. Also, flame strike does radiant damage too.
True.
Cool. So I'm gonna drop a flame strike on this motherfucker.
Yep. Just like as it's starting to writhe up to kind of like your neck area and your eyes, you just like you feel yourself starting to burn up, and you just take your hands and just plunge them towards the surface of the water and send flames striking right back alongside these bursts of radiance.
I don't suppose I could upcast with the charges.
No,
that's not how it
you
works,
can't.
right?
No.
All right. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll drop a flame strike on this thing. He needs to make a dex save.
Dex save. Dexterity saving throw is going to be 22.
22. That succeeds. So it's gonna have.
It's gonna quarter.
Yeah,
the fire damage, and it's gonna have the
fire damage and have
the
that's
radiance.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let's see. Roll 46, and then roll 46. Okay, so that's gonna be, let's see, that's gonna be 9 radiant damage, and then that's only gonna be 18, 9, it's 4 fire damage. Yeah.
Quite frankly, I feel like most of this is trying to get some of the pressure out of your arm. Just trying to release it outwards. Because, yeah, as you just send this forward towards the like, it just stares at you. This never happened. And won't happen, you sick, deluded children. Yeah. Is that your turn?
Yeah, it's my action, so that's my turn.
Okay. Callie.
Hey, okay. So, with the Circle of Death, is that... Okay, so are we still surrounded by flame?
With flame or Circle of Death or anything like that? No.
Okay. Okay, I was
Circle of Death
wondering
is
if I was boxed
instantaneous.
in or not.
Nope, it's instantaneous. It just
Okay.
beams
Okay.
you.
Is it alright if I use one of my bonus actions as my action? I got 2 bonus actions I want to do.
What?
I have 2 bonus actions I want to do. So can I do one of them instead?
So using a bonus action as an action.
Yes.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
I feel like we've established that before. I can't remember though.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Yeah, because it's a bonus action to astral recall my spear back. Give me my damn spear back. Give me that shit.
Right back in your hand.
Yeah, and I think what she'll do then is cunning action. Fuck, who knows? How far away is it now?
It stayed the same amount of feet away from you.
Okay,
It has not
it
moved at
didn't-
all.
It did
And you
not
were
go
still
anywhere.
yeah, and you were still about you were still forward just a little bit. You were 20 feet forward, which made you still in the radius for delayed fireball for reference, because 20 feet
Right.
radius hit
Yeah.
both of you.
Gotcha.
So you were still 40 feet away from it.
Okay, well... What is the... Let me check the distance of... I'm not doing this on this turn, I'm just checking the distance of magic missile. 120 feet, yeah. Let me just cunning action dash. Let me just take my Freddy Fazbear ass out of here. I just
So hold on, bonus action. Okay, your action was to
two
recall the
bonus
spear.
actions. Yes.
2 bonus actions. That okay, cool,
Yes. Sorry.
understood.
Yeah. So first bonus action, to recall the spear, and then another bonus action as my action.
As your
To
action to dash.
Cunning action.
To cunning
to
action.
Dash, and I'll
Okay.
do Bolt to the Grave.
Oh wait, shit. There was something I could have done last turn
Damn.
because I kept concentration on heat metal, so I could have just done the damage again for free because it's a bonus action. I literally just wasted. All right.
I'll let you do it. I'll let you do it retrospectively. Yeah, just go ahead and do the damage for that. What do I have to roll? Or is that just auto? I think it's auto, isn't it? For heat metal?
Yeah.
Okay, then you can do that. And
Cool.
Callie,
That's 19 half to 9 fire damage.
9 fire damage?
Sounds good.
Okay, Callie, you're just gonna dash away from it?
Yeah, I'm dashing away and doing Bolt to the Grave because that's packaged in with cunning action.
Right,
So,
I forgot it
24
was.
to hit.
Okay, 24 does hit.
Yippee!
Yeah, so as you just pick up into a sprint, are you making a circle around it, or are you just going straight back?
Straight back, trying to make distance from Gideon so that, if with an AoE it would hit her or Gideon, and she's hoping it would hit her.
Okay. Are you trying to draw fire?
Yeah.
I also want you to roll performance then.
Okay.
Because you're a bolt
I
with
can
the
do
craving.
that. Yeah, and I did 20 necrotic damage for that.
20 necrotic damage, yeah, and you take out the shield that's kind of sat on your hip and are going to take it out, and there's a couple of bolts of piercing energy that strike towards this thing that look like tiny stars lifting up off of your arms. And as they head towards this thing, that's going to do how much damage?
20.
20
necrotic.
points. 20 points of necrotic. I am resistant to necrotic damage,
Shit. Well, that's alright.
so go ahead and half that.
Yeah, 10.
10.
And I got 13 on my performance. That's plus nothing.
Its eyes start trailing towards you. It has always been doomed. Nothing will change that. Certainly not you. That is your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and I guess I'm 60 feet back for bookkeeping. Yeah.
60 feet back. If that's the case, then yeah, its eyes just fully drift over to Callie, and it is going to kind of slightly change and shift its position towards her, and is going to take its hand and slowly cast Reality Break on you.
Oh, okay.
Alright, well, that'll counterspell.
Okay, counterspell, go ahead. Roll to counterspell.
Cool. Where's my dice? There it is. Let's see. Will a 19 do it?
It is an 8th level spell. A 19 will do it.
Okay, cool.
So
I can remember the math for a second.
you see as a small, it takes from the inside of its eye socket where there is just nothing but pure darkness, and is going to reach in towards it and slowly peel out a small mote, which it is going to place in front of it, and is just going to go, you can do nothing. Flicks it towards Callie. I think, Gideon, this is as you realize just how dark Callie's arms are getting, what's riding up her. And it is that pure adrenaline rush of realizing what this reality break would likely do to her that gets you just barely able to twist around in time to snap it out of the sky. And that is going to be its turn.
Cool. That means it's my turn now, right?
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Disintegrate.
Yeah, okay. So, catching its spell right out of the air, you take your other hand and push forth a Disintegrate towards it.
Cool. That's a dex save.
Dexterity saving throw. That's a natural 20.
Damn. All right. Let's see. Let me do the math. So that's only 18 force damage.
18 force damage. However, I'm gonna say that you once again, like you cut a pretty, like this is the first time I think that you've cut a decently big chunk out of this thing. Just given how much damage it is starting to sustain, it's starting to look properly worn, and you see part of its like face mask fully split in half down the middle and veer off to the side, and then in a sudden flurry of movement gets sucked inwards. You just see behind its face a dark star. So, with that in mind, is that your turn? Or heat metal bonus action?
Oh yeah, heat metal bonus action.
There you go, reminding you.
Thank you. Roll. 8. That's gonna be 11 fire damage.
11 points of fire damage, and that was reduced?
Yeah, I already halved it.
Okay, yep, more of it's melting inside, and you just see that darkness swallowing up every bit of, like, melted metal that is going on the interior. The future of this land is split. It will either burn or be reduced. There is nothing else. Nothing else. That's your turn?
Yep.
Callie.
Hey, okay, so magic missile.
Magic missile, okay.
Magic missile.
Sending out bolts of light towards this thing. Small stars from your arms once again.
Okay, 7d4. I think I've been rolling too little damage for this because it's 5th level.
Plus, also each one is +1, remember? So it's 7d4
right. Yeah,
7.
I was doing 5d4 because I was a 5th level spell. It's actually 7d4.
Do more. Do more damage.
19 plus... Man, I actually rolled okay. 19 plus 4, 23.
23. Another massive chunk. You rip through kind of like this whole area and such of its torso and chest region and start to crack it inwards, to which you see that this star does not only exist within the skull of this thing, but trails down into an even larger moat on the interior where it feels like a heart should be.
Okay. Alarming. And, how close do I have to be for healing word?
Good question. I think 60 feet, which I think you are from Gideon.
Yeah, I'll just throw over healing word to Gideon.
Okay.
Cool.
Just for the sake of it. Just be nice.
What's Callie saying? For reference, for flavor?
Keep going.
Okay. Gideon, you feel a small bit of healing up your body. That is going to be healing word, so that is going to be Callie's turn. That brings us to the construct, which is going to finally start moving. Is going to take its 30 feet of movement speed and start trudging towards Gideon slowly. And is going to...
What you gonna do, big dog? Come on.
Momentary stasis. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Con save? Alright. Oof. That's bad. That's like a 13.
13, that is gonna fail. As it just steps towards you, places an entire metal hand over top your face. Its body is burning from your heat metal, and that kind of reverberates a little bit against your palm. And you feel yourself frozen in time. It looks towards you, Callie. Tilts ahead.
If you shoot me, I get out early. I think? No. That's a different spell.
Momentary,
I think I'm just fucked
this is
right
momentary stasis. This is a chronergy thing.
Yeah, no, I thought I was confusing it with a different wizard ability.
Yeah,
That like
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Gideon is now frozen until the end of his next turn. Callie. That is Gideon's turn, which is going to bring us to next initiative, which is Callie.
Hey, okay. That was okay. That's blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, how far am I now? 60 feet away from it?
60 feet away from it. No, it's moved
Yeah.
up. It's moved up towards Gideon. It's moved 30 feet away, so it's 30 feet away from you.
Okay, 30 feet. Nice. All right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, she can make it. I think.
How long does it last? To the end of the bot's turn or the end of my turn?
Till the end of... this one actually does have take damage and breakout for reference. I just read it.
Okay.
Again, sorry.
All right,
That's
so
on me for
hopefully
missing
he can
that.
try to- so if he tries to blow me up, I can at least do stuff.
But it is bot's turn. Until bot's
Okay.
turn.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, what she's gonna do is she's just gonna steady aim again, throw her spear at it.
Okay.
It'll be an advantage.
Yeah, it just has, like, Gideon just, like, suspended in animation, its palm just right over his face, and you just take the spear and just charge it towards him.
Yep, 27 to hit.
27 to hit, okay, yep, hits.
Yep, that'll do. Is that perhaps
Yes,
more
do the extra
5 above?
damage.
Yay! Yippee! Okay. That does, yeah, it's just a d8 extra radiant, but I'll take it.
Okay.
Okay, 6 plus... okay, 20 magical piercing, and...
Magical piercing.
Sensible 2 radiant. That's all you need, I guess.
Okay, yep, and you send it once again through this thing's body, and it takes it once again. This time, like, you're barely, at this point, there's barely enough metal to even hit this thing, where it just, like, it's just nothingness and such. But you manage to get the spear into more of the metal, which twists inside and lurches, and its head just...
Come on. You're not as scary as you used to be.
But I will still make you perform the same choice you did last time. Hand holding Gideon in the air. Him? Or you? It's
You.
readying a reality break.
Oh, fuck. Well, there's not much I can do without that.
Damn, can you move me around while I'm stasis? Damn.
It's
Or is
like,
that- no, wait, that's
it's
flavor.
just
That's
just
flavor.
hand on your fucking face.
Okay. I thought he was okay. Yeah. That's
well,
fine. I can save it probably. I still get saves. I'm good at this. I'm really
But-
good at this.
What would Callie choose?
Oh, that's true. What would Callie choose? Damn, this thing's got a whole bunch of 9th level spell slots. God damn.
This
Yeah.
is 8th.
oh, brother. I mean,
Oh, it's 8th. Okay, so it's got 2 8th level. Damn.
does it require a verbal me? Because she thinks me in her head, but I don't know if she would say it.
Do you just remain quiet then?
If it's a split second thing, yes.
I think, in a weird way, you feel it tunneling into your mind. As if it knows. Always the same. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. 28.
It is gonna convergent future you and take another level of exhaustion.
Fuck.
As it is going to reach its hand, like, it basically removes the palm from Gideon's face, and, like, this is right as the temporal stasis is starting to end on you, Gideon, and it takes a small bit in its hands, once again, and casts it right towards Callie, and you hear the sound of glass breaking in the air. All right. That activates on your next turn, Callie.
Okay.
Which means, Gideon, you just heard the sound. And you're back in your body. You can move again.
Cool. Let's see. See, if I try to dispel magic, there's a chance they'll try to counterspell or convergent feature or some shit. So, reality breaks, I'm pretty sure, is concentration. So I'm gonna drop. Fuck it. 7th level disintegrate.
I will also say it's used its reaction to convergent future Callie.
Oh yeah, that's true. You know what? Fuck it. We bought. Let's disintegrate. Let's go for a disintegrate.
Do it.
Because if it does enough damage, there's no way in the world it can fucking
True.
save on concentration.
Okay. Yeah, you just hear the sound of something breaking in the air behind you. And on both sides now, you feel the light in this room starting to get replaced in darkness. So in a rush of movement, you just throw out another disintegrate.
Dex save.
Dexterity saving throw. Ugh. And I have 2 levels of exhaustion now, which means I believe that I have disadvantage.
Ooh.
Exhaustion speed is halved on level 2. Not disadvantage just yet.
Damn.
That's the next level.
Damn, alright.
Okay, that was 21?
21? Silver barbs.
Silvery barbs. That's a 2 that fails.
Hell yeah, you take 90 force damage.
90 force damage.
90, yeah, I got a total of 50 on the dice and then plus 40 from disintegrate. Flat bonus.
As you hear the glass break and see 2 motes of darkness, one in front, one behind, one where the robot stands, one where Callie stands, what is going through your mind right now?
I think Gideon's mad. He's really mad. Just the mere existence of this thing. And he's tired of it haunting him, his dreams, his life, every waking fucking moment. So he's done. He just wants it gone. So he just lifts Asura Quinn, because that's his casting catalyst now. And he just says, "Leave us alone."
How do you want to do this?
I think how it goes is Gideon takes Asura Quinn and he sort of drags it along his right arm. He's holding it in his left arm, and it's sort of sucking, for flavor, it's sucking up the charges, pulling in that heat. And then he just points it at it. And there's a flurry and torrent of flames pour out this deep red that even the bot with its, heat resistance has no protection against.
It gets hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter as you clutch deep onto Azur and just point it towards it, and this flurry of flames ripples up across the top of the water and sets the entire place ablaze around you. You start to see the flames licking out over the surface of all this dreaded muck, kind of your body, like you are slowly backing up as you are, like, the force is expelling out through the blade. You have to back up to kind of make room to just withstand what you are expelling into this creature. And as you do, you just slowly back up into Callie behind you. And it gets hotter. And 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 hotter! You still have true sight up, do you?
I do. It lasts for an hour. No concentration.
Then you start to see as you are both being taken back through towards what you are in now. The two of you are being wreathed in this energy that is starting to spiral around you and is starting to pull you back from this space that you have found yourself in, back into a room that is now unfurling in its full glory around you. There is nothing that can once again stop you from witnessing what you have been put in. As we are going to go on our break. We'll be right back. 1. And we're back. Where we last left off, a fire was engulfing both Callie and Gideon after they reigned victorious against the strange, almost interdimensional, perhaps, they're not entirely sure of what just happened, the strange visage that was before them of the old Sepulturnum cleaning bot. It is now that is beginning to drop around them as their reality comes back into view. I feel like you almost wish that this wasn't true sight. Because that means that someone that isn't you really did cast a planar prison around you. You smell smoke as you open your eyes. And Gideon, you start to feel your body spasm. You almost feel like you transferred from one version of yourself to another in a strange way. The room is boiling around you. Callie, you see him jerk forward. And see, as everything begins to unfurl around the two of you, that even though you were just kind of pressed together against one another within the flame, you've now been separated across the room. Callie, you see a small tube inserted into Gideon's glowing arm. The room is wreathed entirely in red, with thick walls etched in runes that look like the ones you first rediscovered Gideon inside. Once again, a planar prison. Surrounded in what, Callie, you see as melted together, kind of waxish clothing, Gideon, you see as corpses. And you're buried in them, deep. They are all cindering, like burning logs. And indeed, you feel that strange tube jammed into you, pumping you with something. And in the middle of the room, between you both, is Adalwulf, desperately panting through exhausted features. What are you doing?
Callie, her attention turns, once she sees everything, she's gonna focus on Adalwulf and just, Adalwulf? Hey.
Quiet. Just fully spent. Eyes looking off and not really seeing anything.
Okay, is this real again, or are we still in the
It's real.
Seems real.
Like Gideon, you can attest it's real. It's real.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And she's gonna try to get over to Adalwulf, try to give him some healing.
Yeah, Gideon's gonna look around, do a perception check, because if we're inside planar prison, that means the caster's in here with us too.
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception.
That is only a 17. No, I have true sight up, so at the very least, if they're hiding magically, I can see through that.
What was it again?
17.
There are...
Wait, no, I get advantage because of the
no,
cloak.
yeah.
21.
I will just fully say, and you do not need to, paranoid check again or anything, there are no invisible creatures in this room or other figures or targets. Besides you, Callie, Adalwulf.
I mean, am I concentrating on something without knowing it?
No.
Alright. Yeah, I think Gideon tentatively gets up, though, and starts making his way towards Adalwulf. I mean, he looks out at the two.
Wouldn't move too much if I were you. Nor would I get too close to him.
Gideon turns towards the voice.
It's just being projected inside the place. From what you can tell, inside Adalwulf, out. Keep trying to move forward, or do you heed the voice and stop?
Gideon stops for a moment,
Yeah, Callie
just to see if it follows up with anything. Though he'll keep moving if it doesn't say anything else.
After all these years of making you lock it up, your capacity is too small for your own good. You feel the pressure, don't you? At your shoulders, through your joints, begging to be let loose. You have seen, just hours before, what a spectacle you can make. And that's not something your dear wolf can handle anymore. Not in this state. Can he?
Crawling again. That spider of a sensation. I think you realize why the room is so hot. And why it's heating up. The bodies on the outside of this place, sparking with cinders, continue to funnel heat inside.
I'm also sure that's not something you want to subject dear Callie to, either. Then again, it could just go and solve all your problems, couldn't it? After all, the roots, the rest of them, they remain in her. And one of the phylacteries, well, I'm speaking from it right now, aren't I? The corpses around you pulse again with heat. It starts to get hotter. Gain a charge. The runes of the pyre.
Through the walls of planar prison?
It is superheating the walls. Not to mention, you're feeling more of that heat coming in through the kind of spigot like pierced into your arm.
Alright, well, I'm gonna drop a cure wounds on myself. Just to release some charge and also to get back some HP.
Yeah, you just tap yourself with that.
Yeah. Okay. What do you want? I mean, the fact that you positioned us like this seems like you had the chance to do whatever you wanted to us. Before whatever happened, and we woke up.
Because doing It would not get the same effect if I were to just do it to you. It's not something I can just do to you. It's what you will do to yourself. The more you keep trying to filter it out of your body as well, you're in here with an astral, aren't you? That force you're releasing out, it's gonna start going somewhere, isn't it? Both of you can only handle so much. Keep it all in, and it'll overwhelm you. Lock you in your mind. Leave the driver's seat prime for the taking. Let it all out, and down goes the dog and the bear. And who knows what'll happen to your mind if that occurs. I'm trying to teach you, Begonia, as I always have. I am trying to treat you.
What's the point of that? Suppose there's some sort of ultimatum you want to give here? Some point?
There's no ultimatum, besides the one I just laid out. And either way, you lose. You lose because you are sick and doomed to infect everyone around you. First Lens, then Moonflower, then the rest of this island.
Another burst of heat. Your runes light up with another charge.
I think Gideon's just trying to think through right now. He's just trying to... He does not accept that this is a no-win situation here. So he's thinking and thinking.
And the more you think, Callie, the more your arms start to feel this buzzing in them. As Gideon, you also catch out of the corner of your eye as some of like the outer reaches of the heat of this room are also starting to snake into Callie's arms too.
Okay. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I understand this as clearly as possible. Can you just re-explain again why Gideon can't take it on all on his own and why Callie can't take it, all on? Just lay it out. I just need to frame it for myself right now.
Because alone, neither of them have the capacity.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Another charge.
Great. Okay. Alright, Callie, if you Okay. If you go stand next to Adalwulf, I can then put down a prismatic wall, and that won't go down, no matter what. And I can try to work on dealing with everything that comes afterwards.
Sure.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so
And
you just get in
dissolve
here.
yourself in the process.
Okay. I have a plan and I am going to do it. Alright, Callie, go stand near Adalwulf.
Okay.
Okay.
He is going to burn himself alive.
Crawls the voice into your head, Callie.
She doesn't say anything to it, but the sense is just like, yeah, I know. I see that.
So has Callie moved close enough to Adalwulf yet?
she'll do that. I mean, she doesn't know what else to do. Can I? Well, that's the question. Can I move?
Do you want to... I mean, you can move.
I mean... Callie... Okay, here's the thing. Callie's very unfamiliar with the situation at the moment. She doesn't really fully understand what this is, but... I suppose... Can Prismatic Wall be a dome? Or is it just a wall?
It's a dome.
Is a dome? It is a dome. Okay, then...
Dome.
Because she's kind of under the impression that... I suppose Prismatic Wall probably would stop it, but, like... There's a potential that it will not be enough, and that she is still in here with Gideon. And she is okay with that.
Yeah, well, Prismatic Wall is all Gideon's got right now,
Right.
and knowing where his thought process currently is and the place his character currently is, this is what this is his plan.
Yeah. I don't know what else she'd think to do other than just go over to Adalwulf and maybe just throw out a Mass Cure Wounds just for the sake of something.
What can you DM me what Gideon's going for? Because I might be losing the plot here. I might be slightly I'm not fully. I just want to know for the curiosity's sake.
I take it not good. Man, this is a long discussion.
It's a discussion.
I think I might prompt an insight check from Callie.
Okay. Which is a 12. That kind of sucks. I can boost that actually. Hold on. Yeah. Let me put a d6 on that. Well, 14. That didn't help that much.
One second.
Yeah, okay.
Because I am, once again, I am just like this, yeah.
Alright, this is insane. Just read it. Honestly, like, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know.
So, honestly, I mean, Gideon, do what you want to do, but what was that insight?
14.
Callie? 14. And what kind of, and I'm guessing, like, Gideon, are you trying to make a brave face here, or what?
I think he definitely is, but I also got a 5.
Then...
On deception.
Then what does Callie read over your face?
Sort of this grim determination, very sort of this, what's the word, sallow, or just this look across his face of not hopelessness, but like just someone who only has one idea, who only thinks there's one choice here, and it's a really fucking bad, awful one, but they don't really see any other options.
Can I ask and make sure I'm understanding this right?
Yeah, I think, Callie, you're getting close to Adalwulf, but you're not just there yet.
Yeah. So we're all stuck in here, and either this takes you, or it takes both of us.
Don't see a lot of options here. It's...
I can't tell you it's a good chance, but 100% of this on you, or it could be maybe 50-50, you and me.
I don't... But you heard of me, Xibalba was mentioning absorption, and you were already suffering from absorbing pieces of the bot that was affecting you, and not to mention heroin. Ooh. I mean, she only took in a little bit, and her physical form doesn't even exist anymore. I don't...
Gideon. Our chances aren't good, but... we can try it, can't we?
We could, but...
It's either just you or it's both of us. Or it's neither. And I'm not gonna stick around after you're gone, Gideon. You know that?
Yes. I mean, you'll still be around. People to help everyone else in the party, except for Lelee. Everyone else, they need help getting through this, and I know I can guarantee one of these things. I know I can guarantee one of these things.
There's a chance.
No.
I'm here for you. I don't know why, but I am. And I'd like to try it. It's either you, for sure, or it's both of us, with a chance of us both getting out.
What if I make it out and you don't?
Well, I'll just have to come back and get you then, huh? I don't think it'll work out like that.
You just don't know. I mean, after with everyone last time, they got burned, and at least if I do it this way, at least I could protect you. But this, I just don't know. Just don't know. I couldn't tell you what will happen, and
Callie, I want you to roll history.
I can do that.
At advantage.
Ooh. Well, that's good. I got an advantage. That is a dirty 20.
You remember that day in that room, the burst, the heat, the light. And do you remember the circles of ash perfectly encasing, protecting you, Deus, Gideon?
I don't know either. I don't know if I can do it again. But there's a chance. I'd rather go with you, if anything. But I think there's a chance we both stay here.
I think Gideon's gonna go look down to Aster Quenin in his hand, and he's just gonna sort of, he doesn't really anything, just sort of give this look to it, just questioning. Maybe it feels that. I don't know.
It's a balance.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
I think she will do that and ask cure wounds on herself, Adalwulf, and Gideon, and she'll approach Gideon. That'll be I rolled kind of bad. 11 healing for both of us. I kind of sucked, but
No, we'll just heal Adalwulf. I'm at full health right now.
it's a mass cure wounds. Oh well.
Oh, okay.
I think you just like walk over towards Gideon and just reach out a tentative hand.
Okay. Try this.
You would infect her with your sickness. You would take on that illness of his. I've told you, Moonflower, that madness of his is a cancer.
Really must bother you, huh? It's either both of us or neither of us. I'm willing to take those odds.
Will not listen to something that can only live as a parasite. And I have a question. Can I do a quick Arcana check? Because I have enough charges to do Investiture or Flame, and I just want to do an Arcana check to see if would casting it help, and would it help more to cast it on me or cast it on Callie?
Roll Arcana, yeah.
Yeah.
Guidance. Have it.
Hell yeah. Actually, yeah.
You probably don't need it, but...
I'll take it, because I got another 2 on the die, but I'm really good at Arcana,
Ooh.
so...
Okay.
That's 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
You think it would help Callie more.
Alright. And I think Gideon casts it on her.
Gideon reaches out towards you. Are you going to let him taint you with that? Do you let it in?
Yeah, she lets it in.
You hardly even listen to the voice, and Gideon, as you press the spell forward, it kind of runs up your tattooed arm and slowly sinks into Callie's kind of stardust ones. From beneath the mask, you start to see red, orange, underneath the wood. Another burst of heat through the room. Another charge. You are doomed to infect everyone. That's all you'll do, and that's what you're settling with. Sepulchrenum was, and always will be, your failure. When you burn her alive, you will be doing it as a mad god of destruction.
Let's see then.
So, what are you two doing as the room begins to heat up around you? What position do you take? Just anything like that. Just how are you like holding on to one another to let this go through?
I think they're hugging.
Yeah. Yeah, because if Gideon would allow it, I'd imagine that Callie would just kind of like ease them down onto the floor, crisscross applesauce, and just take them into her arms. Just, yeah.
Yeah. I'd say that in a weird way, it reminds you of what you never got to do in Sepulchrenum when it fell. When everything came down, you were in too much pain to hug her back when she ran towards you. And I think the gentleness in which Callie does approach it, you can tell she's still going at it with trying to pay mind, trying to pay concern to the burns up your body. Unsure if they've healed. But I'm assuming you push past her notion of trying to be anywhere near gentle and you just press yourself in.
He buries into her.
Very.
You know, because there's so much fur.
It's so pleasantly warm. Even as the room continues to heat up around you. At this point, you could begin to stall it. As you feel the charges starting to crawl up and through your body. Or you can just let it happen.
I think Gideon lets it happen.
Press into Callie's arms. The two of you sat on the floor, and Callie, you reach forward and just scoop him into yours.
Also, I have Asser Quinn just sort of between us with the flat.
Absolutely. There has always been this horrible little truth to how the two of you have always been, which is that Callie has always been so much bigger than you, that you have never fully fit comfortably in her arms. It's always just been an awkward struggle to try and make something work. Back when she was a sea elf, well, no, she wasn't even that. When you were too small, too little to fight back to be yourself. And when she was a bear, you couldn't. It hurt too much. And you just had to keep pushing it in. You had to push her away. You've always pushed her away. And even when she came back, even when so much had changed, there was still tension when she tried to hug you. It's still just, it didn't fully, it's never fit. You're just so fundamentally different. But there's something fantastic in that. It's a slow thing. As you're at first just pushing the flat of Azur and such up against Callie, and then you just like bury yourself inside, but even still then, it doesn't fully fit. Because you've not hugged her as yourself yet, have you?
And I also think Gideon drops his ward.
You press yourself against Callie for the first true time, giving her a hug. And Callie, do you let him?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I don't know what's happening, but yes.
There is no questioning about it. You just plunge forward and scoop him up. And the room around you feels to be a perfect temperature.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
The bubble reached out to me through the spine, right? Well, considering, it's in me and it's also it's a part of him. Am I able to talk back to it through him? To him through it? Then I think, as he's just sort of sitting there against Callie, he just sort of says, "No, I think you might be right. I think, I might be a madman. Or at least it makes sense that you think I'm one. because I'm gonna burn down the world as you knew it. The world where you had any say or matter. And I think if he can, he's just gonna give a little bit of a spark of this at Xibalba.
You feel your joints pop. I have for so long with this described a pressure sensation. And it's never seemed to have gone away. A dreadful, gruesome push through each of your nerve ends. That something does not fit you, and that it is agonizing. And perhaps at some point in time, you would say, it's the burning feeling inside that doesn't belong. You'd say that your skin and flesh and bones were all yours. That your ward has been keeping you together, holding together something inside that doesn't belong out. In truth, there is something inside you that doesn't belong to you. Isn't there? Do you want it anymore? That ache in your spine?
No. But I also think, for once, Gideon wants to take something for himself. I don't think he just doesn't want that feeling. I think he wants this thing in him to be his, fully his.
Then you need to fit. You need to make it fit. The sensation begins in your arms and legs, pushing back and forth. It's rough and gentle, like trying to knead out a knot in your muscles, rolling out some pain to give you relief. You feel your hips beginning to hiss, the air between your bones and ligaments growing flush from pressure. That then pops and cracks. Your collarbone, your ribcage want to move. But they're getting hitched on something. Hell, the more the things crack, the more it's feeling jammed and cramped. Like everything else is trying to move to make space except for the thing trying to keep your spine in place. Callie, I'm gonna quickly ask you this.
Yeah.
If you feel him changing in your arms, do you move to try and make space for him in the hug?
Yeah, she does.
As you begin to hear the cracks and pops and feel movement pressed against you, are you doing anything to help try and ease him through this?
To ease him through it. Because frankly, she does not know what the hell is going on, but she just trusts him in this moment. She's just okay with this. She recognizes that, they both might die. They both might die as soon as this is over because Xibalba is right there. But that's, it feels okay. And, she's not like trying to restrain him or anything.
That's what I was curious about.
Yeah. Yeah. There's space for him. She's imagining he'll kind of continue clinging, and she trusts him in that.
Gideon.
Yeah.
You seem to have thoughts.
Because I was gonna say, it seems like the main hiccup here is that this thing is holding on, it's stopping me from changing, right?
Oh.
Well, then I think Gideon just has this sort of realization. And I think through this connection with he has with Xibalba right now, I think he embraces Xibalba with his being, and I think this is sort of this idea of, all right, I'm here. If you're gonna hold on to me, I'm gonna hold on to you. Are you gonna keep holding on even with me coming at you with the entirety of my being? Of that mind fire, of that chaos.
Two forces are now bearing witness to this sensation, to this blasphemous, wretched, beautiful pyre. One of them keeps its grasp and moves to make room for it. Doesn't restrain it. Just keeps letting you hold on. The other force you feel heat. Fantastic. Flash fire, immolating, surging heat through your joints, out through the room. The sensation is at the same time one of the most painful things you've ever felt, alongside one of the most satisfying. The first finger lets go, and then the first click settles in like a rail spike has been driven through your C1 vertebrae. It tries to reach back, a desperate attempt to claw to your back. But then the hammer continues to fall. C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7. It is a cracking from the inside out. It is slow, and it is meticulous. The first hand lets go. Do you keep trying to hold this thing? Keep trying to show it?
I think he embraces it. He holds this thing close and tight to him, like his mind on fire, and just wrapped around it, holding it closely, embracing it.
Callie,
Almost with this.
Do you keep holding on?
Yeah, she does. I don't know what's going on, but yeah.
It is a cracking from the inside out. A slow and meticulous hatching. If your blood is fire, then so too is your marrow. Your entire back feels numb and weak and pitiful, and your chest feels like it's gonna fall apart if it doesn't have something supporting it, but you just keep embracing, and those hands keep slipping one by one by one. With every single joint, a finger falls off your back. As the last few begin to fall, you hear quietly, "So you're gonna put this all on her, aren't you?"
If she wants to. embrace this, then I don't see a reason to stop her. But you don't seem to be of the same state of mind. Something wrong? You want a hug? You poor, wretched thing.
You are the worst thing I've ever felt, Gideon.
I'll be seeing you soon.
You feel the last finger detach from you. And your whole body feels like it's gonna fall apart, but it is so gentle and ticklish and sweet against your lungs and ribs, and it feels fresh and it feels right, and it burns so bad and it hurts like hell. The pressure is so sweet. Cracking, popping, moving, changing you. Callie, for the first time, Gideon fits snugly in your arms. And he does not feel too small for your bear hug. Wet coughing writhes up through you, Gideon, and you can only lean forward and let your body slowly rid itself of the intruder that has taken residence within you. And it is a transcendent thing. You feel your ward kind of wrapping inside you, and this time it doesn't have the urge to try and contain you. It has the urge to try and let everything fit. As you press against Callie's fur, it starts to push out of you, your ward, but this time it doesn't feel separate to your skin. And it doesn't feel like you're pushing her out. It feels like you're extending to find her. Through skin, deep below. There's a gentle silence. A moment in time. Frozen between the two of you, as Callie, for the first time, you are not too big for Gideon. And Callie, he is not so small that you have to take all of his burdens for him. You don't have to jump in front of him anymore. But you can keep hugging. You can stay by his side.
She
Do you
does.
want to live, Callista?
I do.
Do you want to live for your life, not just Gideon's?
Yes, I do.
Do you want that for Callie, Gideon?
He does. He really does.
And do you both want to hold on to each other right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
As bile spits up onto the ground next to you, a single red begonia falls to the ground and burns from the sheer heat that you two are both emanating. And you just both crash into each other. And it is everything. It's not nothing. It is everything. You feel as the space around you is beginning to collapse inside as the planar prison has been removed from the outside of you. And you guys start to feel the crushing, collapsing force of bodies starting to pile down inwards. Adalwulf is still nearby on the ground. What are you two doing?
Can I walk over to him and throw some cure wounds on him? With I think he's just gonna walk up to his muzzle and hug him, and sort of pour that into him.
Do you take Callie with you?
Yeah, I should go with.
I think he's actually has her by a paw and is just bringing her over.
Oh yeah.
And Callie?
Yeah. How can I help with this? I mean, yeah, something more cure wounds. Yeah.
And the two of you just hand and paw together, just go right towards Adalwulf and just both start, just hand across him, just start slowly pumping in the healing. Saying anything, doing anything, saying anything?
I think Gideon's just holding him, saying, "How do you feel? Are you alright?"
Slowly, eyes blink open. And look up to you. Gideon?
Yes. And Callie's here too.
Hello. We really gotta get out of here.
You did it. You did it.
I did. We did.
Yeah.
Can you help me get out of here? Can you?
Is the planar prison still up?
It's not. It's dropped at this point. Things are collapsing in around you both.
Cool. Well, yeah, well then, fuck that shit. Let's burn some more high-level spell slots. I'm just gonna teleport us out of here.
Yeah, true.
Hell yeah. You reach out and just wrap around Adalwulf and Callie. All three of you just huddle together as everything begins to collapse down around you. Shunned, grotesque things you are. Where are you going?
I think with the teleportation circles we have set up, I think we're gonna go back to the last one, the last one Alien set up.
You press into Adalwulf and Callie, you press into, like, you all just press together. As Gideon, you cast teleport. As everything falls around you, bodies stringing out towards you, that spidering sensation. Xibalba really did try everything to control you. And it still couldn't. That's satisfying, isn't it? As you emerge from the teleportation, back out in this room, Adalwulf in hand, Callie in hand, the illumination of the Devarims, like, kind of like, not the Devarims, rather, the Illuminaries' prison shines all around you. Gideon, what do you look like right now after that?
I think Gideon's just sort of standing there. I feel like he honestly might be a little bit taller now. So maybe an inch or two now that everything's been realigned as it should, or has aligned as it should. But I think more than that, it's something in his posture. He's making his presence known in the world with his stance. He's not really slouched or anything like that. And he's sort of just got this sort of grin tugging, not quite a grin, but tugging at the side of his face. And he's sort of got this open, wide look in his eyes. A lot more open to the world around him, just sensations, everything.
Callie, with your mask having been burnt off in the process, what do you look like?
What does she look like? Wow. That's a good question.
What does she want to look like?
Oh, anything?
Yeah.
Turn into a Jurassic. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Well... She kind of likes being a bear, to be honest. It's kind of fun. it's... Yeah, she's big, she's strong, she's fluffy. All the things that you kind of want in life. So... Beneath the mask... It's a hard question. You're putting me on the spot. I have no idea. You know the just like with moon bears, how they have like the whole like scruff situation.
Yeah.
Going up. She's just like. There's a little bit of like the. I'm just imagining a moon bear right now, really. Just like the bit of the halo on the chest, the big fluffy scruff up here, and just starry eyes.
Adalwulf, still exhausted on the ground between you both, slowly slumps, only to be lowered to the ground, I'm assuming, by both of you, and now Hailwyn, who comes to join. You're okay.
Oh. So are you. We got him back.
She gently, like, strokes a hand over Adalwulf's form. Adalwulf, who also at this point just has a massive grin across his face. And she's just gonna, like, walk over towards you, Gideon, and just throw all four of her arms out and just pull you into a hug.
I think Gideon hugs her back.
Okay. You found it. You found it. You found it.
I did. I found him, and I found the shard.
And she pulls you back. Found you.
I did. I guess I really did.
She turns around to Callie and just immediately slams into you as well.
Hello. Yes. Here. Hi.
I felt so... I felt so awful that you were just brought back without any choice like that, and you're so grown up, and you're...
Yeah. It's pretty scary, but I think worked out all right for me. I've got a face now. How good? What? She like squeaks her nose like a clown. Where? I'm not even sure how that happened.
She's gonna just put some hands on your shoulder, and you found your form.
I guess so.
Did.
Huh. Seems that way. Alright. Okay.
Yeah.
We have Adolf back. We have the Star Shard back. We fixed my spine. I really didn't think that was gonna happen. But
Is it still in there? The spine? Is it what?
it is, but it's mine now. Not its anymore. It's mine.
All right. That was a lot easier than I think Xibalba had any of us believe. I mean,
I
not
think maybe
easy,
you're
but
underselling it a little bit, at least
Maybe.
from an internal perspective.
Maybe. I'm sorry. But doable. Did it.
But we did it. We did it.
And if you can
do it for yourselves, then there might be hope here. For everyone, for all of them to...
Boy. It didn't want us to have hope. That's why it tried to do what it did. Because it knows if we have hope, we'll get through this. We'll figure a way out.
Without hope, you just spiral, and all of them are spiraling.
Yes.
My little star. My fire. They need lights to guide them through the darkness.
We can show them the way.
Then I'm afraid we're gonna need to go do that now.
Okay.
It is
Let's get
urgent,
moving.
yes. Let's do it.
I'm afraid. She slowly just like points to where Elian is on the ground.
Oh.
I'm afraid something is happening.
Do you know what happened to him?
Hmm?
You see the same spiraling going across Elian's body as with most of the Umbral Elves.
Oh. Oh dear.
No, that is not good at all.
It's not. And I have a feeling that there's someone else you're gonna have to get through to. That we're all gonna have to get through to.
Are you talking
Alright.
about the Devarim?
Not just her. Alice, too.
Alright then. Then we will.
If this means the Devarim's still alive, that's a very good sign. I can do it.
So, Aelwyn looks between the two of you, looks down at Adalwulf, nods at you both.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna stay with him and make sure that, Callie gets
We
to
don't want any
exist.
more incidents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. Very much that too.
But you can do it.
I know I can. I mean, with us together, we can do anything.
Yeah, we can do it, but why'd you say that, Mom?
We're gonna end this session off here. Oh, cute.
Gideon didn't know
He has
until
no
that
idea.
very moment.
Mom just turns to just
What?
hold up. Huh? Hold up. Aw, let's do some closing remarks, shall we?
Yes.
One thing we learned, what's one roleplay moment you liked? I am Dean, I'm the Dungeon Master. Oh, it's one thing I learned. These siblings can just hug. They can have the world's best hug and can solve every problem in the world if they just hug. Friendship is magic. So true. No, I learned that, like, shockingly, despite being, level, like, fucking 18 and shit, that you guys can still just, like, almost immediately fall, like, 2,000 bajillion feet by, like, rocks just falling out underneath you. And that's why I love running higher level D&D, because sometimes rocks.
Sometimes rocks.
So true. There's always
Sometimes.
rocks.
There's always rocks. Biggest
Sometimes the
hurdle.
rocks are elves.
Yeah, that's why maybe Barbarian's the best class. They're the anti-rock guys.
Hailwind voice. That's what I'm saying.
Hailwind, yeah. Hailwind can't get killed by rocks. Hailwind kills rocks.
I fucking hate rocks, Hailwind voice. I punch 10,000 rocks a day with my 4 arms. That's why I have 4 arms, to punch more rocks. Rock
She's
type
not
is weak
interest-
to fighting type. She's Machamp. Alright.
She's not interested in minerals. She's more into animals.
Wait for it.
Good session, everyone.
Everyone wears a shirt that just says "fuck fauna."
Yeah.
World's worst to ever do it. Alright. And one roleplay moment I liked. I mean, you guys fucking... I do like the end there, of just... Callie, why did you say that? But Callie is so sweet. Callie is just like the cutest little fucking bear. She's so delightful. Her whole thing is just like, oh my god. I don't know what the fuck is happening, but...
She does
Good
it.
for them. Good for everyone, I guess. Little confused, but... Happens. I'll support you no matter what. I don't know what a transgender is, but that's Callie. Anyways, yeah, I just thought that was really cute. All right, and Cece, one thing you learned what's on roleplay moment you asked.
Hi. I learned how much I love evasion. Evasion is awesome. I took no damage from the delayed blast fireball. That was awesome. I don't think I very rarely, I mean, this is the first time that deck saves have been that important to Callie. So I've never really experienced like full power evasion and how awesome it is before this session.
Yeah,
That was
great.
great. I love
Evasion, maybe Rogue is the best class.
it. Maybe. Well, monks have it too. So
Maybe monks are the best class.
Wizards
Alright.
could also get it, so maybe wizards are just the best.
Wizards are
evasion
the best.
is the best class.
Evasion
But-
is the best class.
yeah.
And what's
Yeah.
on roleplay moment you liked?
I
I mean, you guys can kind of just compliment each other. Just
you had me stressing. When in that hug, you started like monologuing us with all that. I was like, this is the oh no.
He just wants that. He just wants. He's been monologued at for like 100 years straight. He wants his own. He's taking
Fair
it
enough.
back.
it's
Fair
his
enough.
turn
I
on the
completely
talking
respect
stick. It's
It
his
was
turn.
really good. Yes, it was really good. It was rather frightening, but I enjoyed it a lot. And it good,
Yeah.
good shit.
These two need to split custody of Azur.
No, I don't. You keep it.
All right, and good old Tony.
I learned that the strongest magic is love, because love burns at 300 degrees Celsius.
So true.
True.
Also, one roleplay moment I liked. This whole session was literally just us going back and forth with good moments. I don't even know what to pick.
These two, life could just be a fire and a bear, and that's all you
Life
need.
could be a dream.
Fire, bear, spine, dog.
Yes.
Hell yeah. All right, well, that went well.
Yeah.
Guess we'll have to see what happens on side 2 next time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll be back with a one-shot soon. Oh shit, oh, bye!
Ah!